The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
We got rid of Katherine. I felt that she was slowing. Iain Lee, Late Night Alternative.
Excuse me, Ian. What do you mean we got rid of Katherine? She's a rather hot, lovely, lovely girl. What do you mean?
Come on, Saffron. We've got now.
So you're hot too, Ian.
Thank you. Is your surname from Republica? Because it's that thing. It's Saffron from Republica. It might as well be.
Well, it is.
Do you mind that?
Not at all.
You sure?
Well, no. That's what I demand, actually. Yeah. I mean, I am Saffron Republica.
Are you? So you don't mind? 23, 24 years since it started.
Yeah.
You're okay with that?
Plus. Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Here's the thing, right?
Go on.
We've met before. By the way, you think it was 6 years ago.
I know it was.
It wasn't. I've asked people on Twitter when you were on my radio show last.
Oh.
It was 9 years ago.
It can't have been, it can't have been here because, Chris, it can't have been.
It was.
It can't have been because right, okay. Well, it can't have been. No, because, Howard Main Man out there. Howard Main Man.
The management are getting involved.
Management.
You're welcome to come in, H.
Yeah.
What are you saying? No thanks.
Who's very shy.
Not my scene.
And used to book Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars and Iggy Pop and the Stooges, but he's very shy about it. He used to be Mick Ronson's best friend.
Hey.
He is a wonderful, brilliant manager. Shy. Firm but fair.
Does he have like a cricket bat, like the manager in Spinal Tap?
Well, he doesn't need to because he has me.
You're his cricket
he
bat.
He will know that it's not 9 years, Ian. Honestly, do we...
God, they're going to fall out straight away.
No, it's not about that.
You're so wrong.
Unless you want to fall out. What's the definition of falling out?
Like everybody, and Catherine is coming back. I don't know, she's gone to get water. Everybody's got a crush on you. Everybody.
Really?
You know it.
I don't.
Do you know it?
I absolutely do not.
Everybody does.
How do you know this?
Because
how do you know this?
You're the hottest woman in rock.
Oh.
Easily. Hotter than Susie Quattro, who's number 2.
Oh.
But everyone.
Are you a Quattro fan?
Oh, I love Quattro. We've had Susie on the show. I love Susie Quattro.
But I'm above Quattro.
Oh, God, you're number 1. Totally. I'm not just saying that. Everyone's got a crush on you.
Thank you.
So nice to see you. Basically, what I'm trying to say is...
Are you saying you're... actually, you're the everyone. Thanks,
what I'm saying is I'm a little bit nervous.
What? Why?
Just because you're Saffron from Republica.
Why is you nervous of me?
I don't know.
I watched a video, of Dr. Gorgeous from 1997, 1998, Tea in the Park, which was the most amazing festival in Scotland. And weirdly, we just played Party in the Palace, which was also in Scotland. And a fan sent, and this is like 20-something odd years ago.
Yeah.
It could have been nearly exactly the same photo or video, but
on the stage,
I got a hump with myself. I thought, hang on, I need to channel my fierceness.
Yeah. Well,
from that time.
Were you not fierce enough 20 years later then?
No, I think people have, yeah.
Boiler's in the house.
Yeah.
Boom. Welcome.
Here she is.
Here's the thing. You two, we met, I'm going to be honest, you may be able to tell from both of these women, we met Saffron in a pub.
What?
And Catherine, you can talk.
Which
is unusual.
To drop.
And we got getting in the Uber back.
Help me, how does that work?
Walking towards the cab. These two arm round each other, basically doing the Lambeth walk.
Here's the other thing, right? I went in the loo. I thought I'll just have a quick nip to the loo before, pre-show wee. And as I'm in there, I hear, Kath! It was, the best moment I've ever had in my life, apart from when Noddy Holder said, Kath, in a pub once, right? That was right up there for me, Saf, because I was so nervous about meeting you, because...
said this, yeah.
You're the reason I got into flipping cat flick eyeliner and, the whole thing. I just thought you were the coolest person, so...
thank you. Bless you, darling.
But here's the thing, because when Republica... 95, 96, 97, 98. Those are the kind of years. Yeah. And there was
90, till.
We're still going now, obviously.
Yeah.
But that was kind of
94. Yeah.
It was very. Even then, even now, it was unusual to see a powerful woman fronting a rock group.
This is so true, right? So I was 19, looking around for strong female role models, right? Who were rocking it with the boys and giving them a run for their money. In fact, I'd beaten them half the time. And there was Saffron.
Yeah. Doing it with what looked like ease.
Yeah.
Just the attitude. And we had just played Drop Dead Gorgeous, and the video in that, it's like, you don't give a shit, man. You make it look so easy. I'm sure that was hard work, that shoot, but you make it look so easy.
It was so enjoyable. Yeah, it's hard graft, people think it's really easy. It's not, it's hard graft, but absolutely enjoyable. Absolutely, of course. It's the song that, we all wrote together, we, recorded and produced and mixed. It's my band's song, and we're getting to do a music video of it, and it's the follow-up to Ready to Go. No pressure.
That must have been... Well, was there pressure? That must have been... Everyone thinks it must be so exciting.
I knew they would be beforehand, so, because obviously growing up wanting to be a hot gossip or a rock star, before I was born, before I met the Pope, which is actually true.
What? What's this going?
No, we were talking about this earlier, actually, in the pub, with Uncle Al Babs and main man H, my manager, and he was like, oh, he's the most favourite person, you met all, so we would get obviously the Queen, and I think the Carlton, I went, well, I've met the Pope.
When did you meet the Pope?
When I was at school, and
was it the proper Pope, Pope John Paul II? Proper Pope.
Actual Pope, yeah.
The real Pope.
The real Pope,
yeah.
and he blessed me, he went, bless you, my child, and I did a little wee.
I was not expecting that.
I was a little child. I was a child.
How old were you then?
I can't remember, but I was from obviously a Roman Catholic convent school. I was a bit overwhelmed. It's only a little tiny, little one.
Don't do it now. You just moved in as though you were trying to recreate it.
Very tight, dear. Don't worry about that. I was fine, but it was the Pope. What would you do? If he blessed you.
I would, if the Pope blessed me, the real Pope, I would probably do a wee.
Right?
Yeah.
If you were a baby, literally I was a baby. And it was really sweet, and actually...
Well, it's worked because your life has been blessed.
Actually
so there is something in this religious stuff.
Yeah.
Should we take a phone call?
Why not?
You can put your headphones on. If you follow the cable, there's a little volume thing in case it's a little bit too loud.
Where are we?
Just follow that cable all the way down. I want to introduce you to a good friend of the show. Alan, have you got it? Can you hear? Can you hear me, Saffron?
Yes, I can.
Alan Caddick, say hello to Saff.
Hey, Saffron.
Hello. How are you?
I'm enjoying the book.
Oh, you're on the boat? What boat?
No, but here's the thing, we're not on 30
he's enjoying the book that we did. Alan, you're very hyped up tonight. Have you been
Smarties.
Have you been having Smarties, or have you been at the Pussy?
What? No.
The power drink. No, the energy drink. Monster and Red Bull and Pussy.
No.
Is there a drink? Oh.
Yeah, there is. Are you just high on life, Alan?
Well, I'm coming in, I'm talking to one of my favourite singers from the 90s.
Oh, thanks, Alan.
He might do a little wee.
Bless you, darling.
My favourite song's Ready to Go.
Oh, brilliant.
I was wondering, Alan, would you be able to sing it to Saffron? Because she might have forgotten it.
Hang on, oh my God, I've first seen that on TFI Friday.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Chris Evans was an amazing champion of ours. Yeah, and we really enjoyed that performance.
That was a good old show, TFI Friday.
Alan, yeah. I
wonder if it's on YouTube.
Probably.
Might be, Yeah, have a look. Yeah.
Do you want to sing a little bit for us, Alan?
I'm a
don't put it on
baby, I'm ready to go. I'm back. Ready to go. Wanna win
top, shout it out.
Ready to go.
Wow.
Thanks so much for your call, Alan.
Nice.
Trust me, it's not putting it on Alan to ask him to sing. That's a regular.
Cheers, Alan.
I'm just thinking, we've got your manager there. If you ever get a dicky throat or, we get these colds, we've got a stand-in. Just dye a bit of his hair red, no one will ever know. Thank you, Alan. Excellent stuff. TFI Friday was a great show.
It really was.
Because it was at a time when there still wasn't that, obviously we didn't have the internet. So you got pop and rock and live performances when you were given them on TV. You couldn't go on, now it's YouTube. I find anything. I want to find a concert you did last week if I want. But then there were specific times that you would get pop and rock, and you just had to keep your fingers crossed it was a band that you liked.
Well, it wasn't fingers. You had to smash down doors. You had to boot your way in to even get a chance.
Is that how it worked?
Yeah, to get even a chance to get on there.
Yeah.
Because there was so few.
Yeah. That was a great show. That was funny. It was, people think Chris Evans now, some people are a bit sour.
But then it was like nothing else.
He did. It was absolutely pioneering.
Yeah.
And I saw him, from the rehearsals and stuff. I mean, he really absolutely was there at the rehearsals, at the run-through, camera angles and everything. He was a pioneer.
And when you did a show like that, did you notice, like over the weekend, would you get like reports on Monday going, well, the album sold another 20,000 because of the TV appearance?
Yeah.
Really?
Absolutely, yeah.
Isn't it funny? And now,
that was a massive show. It was a massive show.
I don't watch TV.
Yeah, actually, the album about 3 or 4, I don't know the years, but it was maybe 3 or 4 years ago. The TFI Friday album came out and went to #1, and we were on it.
Oh yeah.
But Chris, so you know, it really still today. You know, has a relevance.
Well, they did it again. Did they do a series, or did they just do a one-off?
I don't know. I remember Danny Baker being involved in it.
It was just a one-off.
But they had the album. And yeah. And
it was live, and you would have played live. But by that stage, you would have been a really tight little band.
Well, yeah, because luckily we were blessed that we'd been to America and we'd broken America before. We were very, very lucky to have done that, yes.
Jamie, stay there. We're going to take your call in a second. 0344 499 1000, the late night. By the way, you can just call in about the usual rubbish. You can talk to Saff if you want, or you can just call in and talk a load of rubbish. I'm not fussed either way. You want to join in the madness. You listen.
I absolutely do. I listen to the psychic.
To Clinton.
Yeah.
Very confusing for everybody.
It did.
Some people got upset by that, saying he was a fraud.
Well, people get frightened by things they don't understand.
Yeah, dark forces. This is the Late Night Alternative, weeknights from 10 on Talk Radio.
The late night lip service for lovers, loners and lounge lizards.
Yeah, well, where exactly is your accent from?
The late night alternative with Iain Lee.
I've forgotten your name already, excuse me.
On Talk Radio.
Here we go. We've got Saffron from Republica. Now, you were telling me, and Katherine, that you recently accosted Jude Law in the street. You hounded one of Britain's finest actors.
I didn't hound him.
You sassed him.
I bet he loved it.
I bet he loved it. What? Because one of your songs was in the trailer for Captain Marvel.
That's right.
Yeah. Huge film. One of the biggest films. Was that last year? I'm not going to ask you what year it was, because you will fall out over it.
Last year.
It was last year.
No, this year. It was early part of this year, wasn't it?
It was this year.
It was this year. Yeah.
Honestly, it's like hanging out with my granddad.
Before Endgame, it was the highest grossing film of all time. Yeah.
And your song was in the trailer?
Yes. Like, you know, it's the phone call that everybody wants. You know, the head of Marvel, you know.
Did you know before? Do you get a phone call saying, we'd like to use your song? Or did you,
the head
that's
of Marvel
how it worked?
phones our publisher and says, you know, I'm a fan and I'd like to use your song Ready to Go as the official music trailer for our new film, Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Well, of course the answer is yes. But I didn't realise. She's the most, you know, one, she's a she.
Yeah.
Secondly, she's the most powerful of all the superheroes.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen Iron Man and Thor, and I've got Fancy Loki, and no. But I didn't realise they'd been battered, you know, in the assembled Spider-Man's oh my God, this baddie is really, oh God, he's
Thanos. It was
got
Thanos.
some things of eternity. But the thing, you know, what the hell's going on? So obviously Fury, yeah. Samuel Jackson's like, I gotta go find her. I gotta go and find her.
We know the story of Captain Marvel. We know.
Well, I thought you did know earlier.
I've got boys who are 7 and 9. I've seen them all.
Bless her, but I didn't, you see.
Right, yeah.
So therefore, I was like, well, yes, this is wonderful. And then this amazing film came out.
And Jude Law's in the film.
He is, as is Samuel Jackson and Bruce Larson.
You saw Jude Law in the street.
Oh, I saw him in the street. I said, all right, Jude. And he walked past me and I said, excuse me. I said, and he went, oh, hello, Saffron. I went, oh, I said, it's great in here. I said, I just don't, I won't, and he just went, he was about to say, which, I went, I went, Captain Marvel, and he went, oh yeah, thank you. And he was very, very friendly and respectful. And I went, yeah, that film, Captain Marvel.
That must be exciting though, because
he's lovely though.
Because there's a lot of bands really from 23, 24 years ago that you don't. What?
Sorry.
What did you say?
He's very friendly, good looking, married, but never mind.
Okay. Anyway. There's a lot of bands from 23, 24 years ago that you don't hear of, and a lot of their songs you go, oh yeah, I think I remember that. But your hits, your sort of 4, 5 big hits, people know them. They've lasted the test of time, being used to sell one of the biggest movies of the last 10, 15 years shows just how, you know, loud and great those songs were.
Well, I mean, you know, for us, you know, it's blessed, you know, it's the phone call, but not just that. The fact that, for me, as the role, Brie Starston, Captain Marvel, one, you know, showing it, she is the first strong female actress as a lead character to break the $1 billion take at the box office, boys, you know. So it's like, come on. Female empowerment, you know, intelligent, skilled, badass, fierce.
And it was a good film.
You know, she can look after herself. She's clever, intelligent, and all of these things. A great female role model for the modern day, badly needed.
But she was hardly in the last Avengers film. They totally screwed up. Right, I don't know if you said it, spoiler alert. So the last Avengers film, they're all getting killed and destroyed, right? And then suddenly Captain Marvel pops up and destroys the spaceship, does it all in the last 5-10 minutes, and you think,
well, she tidies up.
Flipping it, man. The men mess up, and she comes and just goes zap, 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 whatever she does,
and then carries on with her life.
And just
because she's the
best.
She is the most powerful of all the superheroes, and it's so wonderful to be deluged by these amazing. I did not know how massive the Marvel community of fans, the universe is, and just for the acceptance, the thanks, you know, people around the world saying, we've waited years for her, you know, and the first glimpse of her we associate now with your song. Thank you. And I've just welcomed, you know, us, you know, to the Marvel universe, which is, you know, which is amazing.
You can start doing those Comic-Cons and the conventions now.
I might meet loads of people in Star Wars and everything.
Star Wars and everything.
Stars and everything.
Let's speak to our friend Jerry. Good evening, Jerry.
Hello, Mr. Ian, how are you?
Very, very well, Jerry. What you got for us tonight?
I saw stuff from the Keele University Freshers Week, 1998 or 99.
Which university was it?
Keele.
You were playing at the Keele University Freshers?
Yes, we did.
I got kicked off for crowd surfing.
You got told off for crowd surfing?
I got kicked out, you let me armband off and get back in. So,
for crowd surfing?
Surely you're supposed to do that.
De rigueur.
You get me out.
No, they didn't. Did they?
They did. They only got a couple of songs.
Sorry, I didn't know that. I would have got you back in.
If you're asking, you're not asking Saf for a refund, are you? Because I don't think that was 20 years ago, mate. I think it's kind of.
the receipt.
Oh, but did you have a good night though, mate?
Yeah, good, cracking, good songs. I think like now in the care room. I think like ready to go. I bang out every day out the window, sing to the care room.
Jerry's in the care home, so
bless you, sweetheart.
He's a troublemaker.
Thank you very much.
Care home.
Take care, good to see you again.
Thank you, and to you. I'm really grateful.
Jerry, can I give you one piece of advice? Stick it up your bum. There we go.
No, don't be like that.
He got in before you.
He got in before me. Let's go to...
abusive.
It's abusive. He does it to me.
To be honest, he started it.
Duty of care and a duty of candour, and that's absolutely unacceptable.
Duty of candour. That's a great name for a band. We're Duty of Candour. Welcome to the show. I hope you enjoy it. It's the first song. It's called Up Your Bum. Let's go to... we've got Kerry on the line. Good evening, Kerry.
Hi.
Hi, Kerry.
Hi, how you doing?
Hello, is that Kazza?
It is.
Hello, my darling.
Is this one of your mates?
Hello.
Hello, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm all right, my darling girl. Yeah. What year was it, Kerry? Republica played in the middle of the pitch in the Stadium of Light in Sunderland when they played against Birmingham, and they won, and they went up to the Premier League, and Kerry was a ball girl back then, weren't you?
Yes,
and
it was 1998, I was 13.
Oh, bless her. Yeah, and it was wonderful, wasn't it, for you and your family and everybody in Sundance? All the Mackhams.
Yes, all the Mackhams. I've got Laura here as well.
Oh, hello, Laura.
Kerry, can I you're like a big fan of Saf, right?
Yes.
Can I ask you a question? Are you good with dates and stuff?
Kind of.
Saffron came on a show I did really sorry to hammer this home, but this is...
James will know.
Saffron came on a show I did on Absolute Radio, and I just wondered if you knew what year it was.
James will know. James will know.
Yeah, James will know.
Is James? Can James phone in?
He could.
James,
if he's listening, he's actually a very big fan of yours.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
So, Kerry, are you like a big proper? Are you a hardcore fan?
She is.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
How you don't sound old enough?
Oh, that's not, I'll take that.
What are you trying to say, Ian Lee?
I'm saying that you span generations, is what it sounds like. Kerry, I'm going to ask you. You absolutely don't.
I have.
I'm going to ask you, Kerry, how old are you?
35.
Oh, okay, right. You're right. Okay, fine.
Did you just mutter you old?
Did you just tell her she's how dare you?
No, I thought she was like 15 or something.
35's not old, Ian. You can't speak to women like that.
35 is not old. Can you just stop ganging up on me?
I'm with Saffron.
For a moment, please. You were nervous to meet her, and now you
turns out we're on the same team.
Don't you speak to my fans like that.
Sorry, miss. I'm sorry, miss. What is it, Kerry? What is it? Because you must have seen them live quite a few times, right?
Yes, I have.
How many times do you reckon?
Well. Oh.
They travel all over the country.
Travelled all over. I've lost count.
Oh, isn't that great?
Yeah,
I love fans like that. I love it.
Amazing. Yeah, all of them, all the Republican family are amazing.
Why?
They travel all over. We love you.
What is it about? Pretend Saffron can't hear, right? But what is it about her and the band that means you travel all over the place to go and see them? Why them?
Because they're just lovely people, and the music's fantastic. They're down to earth and easy to talk to, and we're just waiting for the news music, and they're just lovely to watch. And
thank you, sweetheart. Well, guess what? We've got 2 albums coming out next year.
Greedy.
Yeah.
Very greedy. 2 Republica albums.
Yeah.
Have you really?
Yeah. So the first release will be a reissue of our first album, and it's a special deluxe edition.
Yes, mate.
Yes. Of the debut album for the super fans. So it'll be a physical item in a box designed with artwork and photographs. It's a 3-disc CD, so it will have rarities, it will have mixes that no one's ever heard.
Wow.
We have the first ever Chemical Brothers remix, DJ Justin Robertson, Way Out West, Hardcase Brothers, different dance mixes, different rock mixes, all of the first albums. So there's a lot on there, and I'm very, very, me and the band are very, very proud of it. So that's going to be coming out on Cherry Red Records.
We love Cherry Red.
We love Cherry Red.
We had Mike McCartney in a few weeks ago, Paul's brother, who's on Cherry Red.
Yeah.
They do such good repackages.
They're an amazing label for repackaging.
They're incredible. They put so much care in there.
They really do. They really actually care.
Yeah.
They really do care.
So that's album number 1.
That's album number 1.
What's album number 2?
Album number 2. It's brand new.
Wow.
Brand new Republica
this
album.
This is great, man.
Yeah.
Is it done?
Did I show you the front cover of
No.
it earlier? Might have done.
You were just showing us the pictures of you playing to 90,000 people.
Oh,
that's what you were showing us.
Victorious.
No, you've not shown us the cover.
Okay. So it's also, as you liked what I'm wearing, my gold knuckle duster and bling jumpsuit by Gresham Blake.
Yep.
Who's the famous tailor who's made me the amazing suit. A gold 2-tone tonic suit. He clothes Ray Winston and Rag and Bone Man and Steve Coogan and people. I've got a wonderful suit by him, but he's made me these amazing jumpsuits. I've got a pills jumpsuit. It's got jumpsuits covered in brightly coloured pills. An assortment of amazing
items. And has he done the cover?
And I'm going to be in his new lookbook, which is coming out, which is amazing because he really is a superb tailor and fashion designer who does short films, and he has a wonderful team in Brighton, and he's got a shop in London too. But his tailoring's is beyond. He really is like
Kerry,
Alexander McQueen.
When you spent time with Saffron, Kerry, did you find it impossible to get a word in edgeways?
Oh, Oh, she's lovely.
Isn't she the best? Isn't she the best?
She's fantastic.
Hey, Kerry, it's so nice to talk to you. Thanks for calling. Was there anything else you wanted to say or ask before I let you go?
Yeah, I was just asked, do you think there's enough female artists represented at festivals, music festivals?
No, I don't, Kerry. That's a really, really good question, actually. And funny enough, we were talking about this earlier. No, I absolutely don't, Kerry. And as you know, I mentor and you know, do as much as I can, apart from, you know, working at music colleges such as BIM, and helping youngsters, you know, with master classes and stuff like that, with young up and coming bands, but especially I do try and mentor female artists like India, and you know, there's lots of different ones that currently, you know, we're pushing, and you know, Donna Zed, who I met the other day at the Prog Rock Awards and stuff. You know, there's so many out there that really need help and a push. And yeah, I don't think so. No.
I'm just googling because I read a thing last year.
Yep.
There was a
ruling.
There were people, a group of female artists were getting together saying, look, you've got all these big festivals, apart from Glastonbury, which I think is pretty close to 50-50.
Yeah,
but a lot of the other ones, it's like 70-30.
Yeah.
In favour of men.
Yeah, Emily is great. Yeah.
Which seems like a crazy. Again, it kind of ties in with that rubbish thing that was doing the rounds a bit recently, that women aren't funny. You know, it's that kind of misogynistic. Oh, there was a big thing. Someone in America said women aren't.
That's been a thing for years. People saying women aren't funny.
But it kind of hit again with, you know, Twitter. Twitter is full of shit. Okay, there we go. There's our 1S. Twitter is full of people just causing trouble and badness and stuff. And there was a thing saying, well, women aren't funny, and it kind of got a bit of traction.
Yeah.
It seems that with what's going on in this country now, in terms of what was happening in Parliament yesterday, and with Donald Trump, you know, the pussy grabber in America, the misogynistic language is coming back, man. It's coming back, and it's being seen as acceptable. You know, Boris Johnson saying girly swats, the stuff he was saying yesterday.
What is that?
Oh,
exactly.
You know what it says to me?
Is it about netball?
I don't know.
It says to me that there's a lot of men
Goal
there
defence.
who are feeling insecure and scared.
Yes.
And so why would they have to talk women down unless they were worried? And I think they are worried. I think they feel a bit threatened that women are kind of getting together and working out that they don't have to put up with crap
Did
anymore.
you have that in the 90s, right? When say you're going to Top of the Pops, or you're going to a concert or a festival, did you find that you'd kind of walk in and the person who was running it would just look over you and talk to the guitarist who was a bloke?
No.
They addressed you?
They absolutely had to.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, well, they had to.
Good.
I would not have it any other way, and that's the only way that my band would have got anywhere, and you have to, but you have to do the grot, you know, you have to do the work, and you have to sustain it and be constant at it and keep going. And, you know, luckily, all the promoters and all the people that run the festivals are my friends, because we've been friends for all these years. But back then, you know, we weren't even played on the radio, so even that, you know, was to boot down the door to even get radio to play female-fronted bands. It was hard. It was a hard push, but you know, that's why, as you're watching the video, you have to be fierce and stuff to get anywhere.
It's weird, isn't it? We've played this game before. It's hard, and we can do it with a bit of thought. But it's hard to name an all-female rock group. The Bangles. You've got the Bangles, you've got the Runaways. Then where do you go?
Slits, but it's not really rock.
Slits, yeah. There are a few. But if I say name an all-male,
Girl in Coma, who my friends who are on Joan Jett's Black Heart label, who are an amazing three girl band.
But here's the other thing, right? You talk about them being all-girl bands, but how many other bands are just bands?
Yeah,
you don't say all-male bands, do you?
Exactly.
It's like Coldplay. Is that
but it's because it's still a massive minority. It's a huge difference. The fact that we could sit and you could name bands that are all blokes easily till 1 o'clock. But to do it with women, it's still, I don't quite understand why. I just remembered the Shags. You were aware of the Shags? You know the Shags? I still don't quite know why it's. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it seems ridiculously unfair.
I think traditionally in this country, right, this is what I've always said to my mates in Spain.
Yeah.
The reason why Spanish pop music isn't quite as, like, you know, it's got the same sort of heritage as we have, is that we've got crap weather. So if you want to pick up girls in the 1950s and 60s, right, you've got to practice in your garage and impress them in a, you know, in a band, right? Whereas in Spain, they were knocking about on the, you know, streets and the parks, and they would meet girls that way, and dances and things like that. Crap weather has a lot to do with it, I think, traditionally, with boys trying to impress girls, right? And then the girls got the guitars in the 1980s, and things started to change. But it was a massively boys trying to impress girls thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When teenagehood was kind of first invented, that's what it was.
But it was funny because it was kind of the thing is, it was always like, oh, a scene or a genre. It's like we were always our own gang. We didn't want to fit in. We didn't fit in. We didn't want to. So actually, people wanted to come to our parties. But the thing is, we were lucky that that's how we were, a gang of friends, you know, because other people were so, it was kind of, in some ways, desperate to be, you know, in this Britpop thing. So they were too busy, the boys were too busy being rivals with each other that
I remember trying to form a band when I was in university, right, and I had really long hair, and these lads wanted to do Britpop. They didn't really do anything, they just posed a lot.
Well, you can join us. Peacock.
Yeah, you can join us, but you've got to cut your hair short. You don't really look like, and it's all this kind of stuff. And then I saw Saffron, who just was herself, right? And she wasn't doing this whole androgynous, I'm kind of going to fade into background and be almost like one of the boys kind of thing. She was out there and she was giving it some. I thought she was incredible.
Thank you.
I think you are incredible.
I think. You too, guys.
You're jealous.
I am very jealous. When you finish, so who wrote Ready to Go? Was it all of the band, right?
Yeah, the band, yeah.
So when you finished writing Ready to Go, right? I don't know if you're in someone's living room or something.
Yeah.
And you go, should we do this?
We built ourselves.
Think we got it? Or you go through it, the first time you go through it and you finish it?
Yeah, we thought we might be on to something.
Could you tell then?
Could you tell then? Yeah. But all I could think of was, we've got to have a follow-up. Because every great rock and pop group in the world has to have a follow-up.
Yeah, you don't do one-hit wonders.
No,
that's the thing.
So suddenly, and it came to me in a dream, I was sort of like bolt upright, not going to any psychic, like, you know, like realm or anything, because I heard your show the other day. It came to me and I wrote it all down, and there it was.
So how did it work? In this dream, did you hear the whole thing?
Yeah, absolutely, whole thing. But and then I had to write down, and then went straight to the studio, straight to tell Johnny, right, I've got to quickly get, you know, in my vocal booth, called Hattie Jakes, right, put it down now because I'm going to forget it. And they were like, I think, yeah. Okay, I think we've got something. Right, let's go with it.
Brilliant.
And then we were on tour in Nashville, Tennessee, and they have some very strange laws there. But anyway, and I had to have a wisdom tooth pulled out. Randy, you know, our tour bus driver, he knew some guy, you know. So I've got
backstreet dental work done.
5:30. So I've had my wisdom tooth pulled out, which obviously I was supposed to be in the hospital. Anyway, I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. I've obviously been quite a lot of pain. There's blood pouring out of my mouth. And the RCA representative is going, I've got a film director on the phone called Wes Craven. I'm like, hang on, this is a joke. Like, hang on, well, like Freddy Krueger. And he was like, yeah, like Freddy Krueger. Like, I'm like, I don't, like, I need to, like, is this a joke? Like, blood pouring out my mouth. Yeah. And I picked up the phone, he went, hi. This is Wes Craven. I'm like, no. And I went, I don't like horror films. I said, I've just had my wisdom tooth out. I'm in a lot of pain. What do you want? I said, I've got to do a show tonight. He went, your lyrics to Trapped and Gorgeous are the exact storyline to my new movie, Scream. I went, right? He went, can I use your song for my movie? And I went, is it a horror film? And he went, Drew Barrymore's. I went, I like her. He went, I'll send you a rough cut, which I still have.
Yeah, you watched it yet?
Obviously, well, she gets 100 on and quarter to the first 5 minutes. I love Drew Barrymore, but then he sent me this, and I'm like, that's not a great promotion, Wes, really. But okay, I'll let you, because I got the storyline actually. My boyfriend Nigel does it every these guys. So we then get to do the premiere in LA. We all were in this limo, and Johnny, our guitarist, does the red carpet, jumps over the fence, goes down the Irish pub, misses it. I don't know who anybody is on the screen apart from Drew Barrymore, who's been 100, because I've never watched Friends before. Okay. So I've gone out the back. They were like, thank you for your song and everything. I don't know how, and when I and I've walked back in, and it's only Courtney Cox and David Arquette. I went, I'm ever so, oh my God, how embarrassing. I said, I'm really, and then we had to play at the after show party of the premiere. Oh, and I went, I'm really, really sorry, but I actually do not know who you were. I've never seen Friends.
But that's good.
But she loved me. She gave me a great big hug. David Arquette. We became friends. What lovely people. I said, I still don't, I like some of it and everything, but I don't like the special part of it. But then it became the highest grossing film in the event.
So it doesn't matter.
We didn't care really.
Kerry, does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Kerry, it's nice to talk to you. Thank you for giving us a call. Let's take a quick break. This
love you.
Talk Radio.
Late night conversation, wealth losing sleep over.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
10 minutes left, and then we get our show back.
Well, you say that.
Or do you want me to go, Kath? What is this?
Oh, don't put me on the spot.
What is this? Oh, mate, you're my best mate.
Yeah.
You met her an hour and a half ago.
No, and it's already tricky.
Come on, what is this? We've got Jamie on the line. Good evening, Jamie.
Hi, mate.
Yes.
Yeah, mate. How you doing? All right?
I'm doing all right. My spidey senses are tingling.
1 minute. 1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute. I've just got to take off loudspeaker. 1 minute, mate.
There he is.
Here we go. Something's going on. Yes, Jamie?
How you doing, mate? All right. I just want to talk about, there was a programme that I saw on the TV about a person who's disabled.
Okay, thanks very much for your call, Jamie. I really appreciate your time. No, I've got no idea where that was.
I can talk.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I just, my spidey senses are tingling.
Bring it on.
Go on then, Jamie.
Hello?
Yeah.
Right. I saw a programme on the TV about a disabled person. It's called The O'Brien Show.
Uh-huh.
Have you heard of O'Brien? James O'Brien?
Okay, he is taking the piss, this guy. Thank you very much. He's taking the piss.
Who is that, then?
He's taking the piss out of a radio presenter and thinking it's funny to say that he's disabled.
That's not acceptable.
No,
that's abusive.
It is.
It's bullying. It's a hate crime. Go away.
Thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. You have just been owned by Saff. So, up yours. Here's the thing.
Was he really doing that?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
You can take your headphones off if you want. This is the thing. Me and Kath have been doing this for so long. That's what I say on our spidey senses. We know almost a second after a call started.
Why would someone call and say that and do that?
I don't know. This is the thing. He's talking about James O'Brien, who's kind of a mate of mine.
Friends.
It's but this is the weird thing. You're on Twitter, right? Do you do it, or does someone else do it, or do you?
No, I do it, but I haven't been on there for a little while because my iPad, we have, this relationship.
Get her a new iPad. get her a new iPad. What are you doing?
He's done it on purpose.
He can't remember one part. Anyway.
You probably get nice stuff on Twitter, but there are a lot of arseholes on Twitter. There are some really mean people.
There's a lot of mean people everywhere, and just, they do not exist.
God, is that how you cope with it in your head?
Yeah. Bruce Lee, be like water. There is no enemy. There is no fear. Only cowards who hide behind a smoke screen to intimidate or bully a person. Only opponents like a game of chess. Wanna play?
I love you. And you're right. Now, you studied... Now, give me the link to Bruce Lee. Who you study Kung Fu with and how it links back.
Well, I'm being very honoured to be accepted as a student of Master Anton van Thomas, who is one of the very few Westerners that is trained by Ip Chun and Ip Ching, who are the sons of Yip Man, who was obviously Bruce Lee's grandmaster of Wing Chun Kung Fu. Very recently, obviously, they had the trilogy of the Yip Man stories in Asia, biggest grossing films of all time. Yip Man 4 has just come out with the Wooden Man on Fire, which is the wooden dummy form, which has 180, I'm only up to 40 moves. But as you saw in the pictures, there is the butterfly knife form and various other forms, chi sao, but it was devised by a Shaolin nun 300 years ago, Wu Mei, and is one of the reasons that the Great Wall of China was built, and against the Mongolians and the Japanese, and it is called Wing Chun Kung Fu. It is what Kill Bill's all about. Gordon Lee, who plays the master, is my master's friend in that. And Wu Mei put herself down a well for 3 weeks and devised the closest form of combat for female or a person of a small stature to defend themselves in the dark. Basically, close combat, but it's all about energy. It's a self-defense, like in Tai Chi, but it's about energies. So it's a self-defense form, but you do learn fighting skills, and obviously it can be applied, but only if invoked by violence.
Can I say, what is marvellous? So when you're talking about this, you've gone very soft.
Yeah.
Very soft and very controlled and centred. I can feel the vibe changing totally. You sent me a text, and I think in it you said that your master basically saved your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely.
In what way? How?
Absolutely.
How?
Just in the way to the whole balance of the mind, the body, the focus. Also, as I am part Chinese, my mother was born in Kowloon, which was next to Yip Man's temple.
Incredible.
She went to the school in the same road as Anthony and Bruce Lee. So there is actually
That's
a
amazing.
link there too. So I've always wanted and sought out a martial art. I've always wanted to do it. And so, yeah, I'm blessed to have found the female form, which is actually the deadliest form, but it, you know, it's only taught to the pure of heart, or supposedly. That's what Buddha's about, if you corrupt it.
A big star in the 90s, like you did. That mid-90s, mid to late 90s was kind of a strange time anyway, but becoming a big star, I'm trying to think of a delicate way of asking this. I can't. Is it inevitable that did you go nuts? This is what I'm trying to build up to. Did you? Because it seems
we all went nuts.
This is what I was thinking.
We went in the late 80s, acid house.
The 80s.
We
were must be such a shock.
Acid house ravers.
Becoming a massive pop rock star. Very few people come out of that unscathed.
Yeah.
Very few people have the
but it was always my dream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it
train for?
Did it damage you in any way? I mean, I don't want to pry too much, but did it affect you negatively at any point, or did you just ride that whole wave and enjoy every second of it?
I think it's yeah, all words are relative, and what is the definition of negative and positive, and that's what I learned from my master.
Yeah.
And I had to learn that balance because it became chaos.
Right. Yeah.
It was unsustainable chaos at some point, and so it kind of needed to be.
So learning that, training with your master, it's giving you balance and perspective.
Which I need to start again, master.
When was the last time?
I'm like the naughty. He still calls me infant.
How long have you been training with him?
Infant student. Oh dear.
Can you do nunchuckers?
Maybe not.
Yes, lad.
If you watch the video that you claim was 9 years ago but wasn't, there are nunchuckers in it, and my master is in it, and with my Kung Fu brothers.
Yeah. So what's next? What's next? You got 2 albums coming out. I'm assuming that, have you got any more live shows booked up?
Yeah, well, we've had a wonderful, brilliant summer of headline festivals are going back to the female thing. And yes, I just hope that carries on, you know, that promoters, you know, we've built the band back up over the last few years. It's been fantastic. Yeah, the audience, the reactions and stuff have been incredible. And there's so many real regional, fantastic, smaller festivals that are again going back to, you know, the closure of pubs or smaller independent music venues that normally you go out to the disc, you know, or a club or somewhere to see a band. They're not there anymore.
Yeah, so the one where I used to go to as a kid, Esquires in Bedford, that's still hanging in there, but it's kind of rare now.
It is. We played there. Yeah, we actually played there not for long ago. Great audience, but yeah, it you know, that is very rare still to have that. But it's great because councils are getting together and people are getting together, and in the different counties, and you know, you are getting, you know, between 5,000 and 10,000 people that are, you know, local, because that, you know, is the place to go.
You know why so many of these small venues that hold maybe 100 people are closing down, 200 people? Is because people move there or buy like flats and houses nearby, then they complain about the noise. They complain about the noise, so then the council put a curfew of like 10, and of course the music club goes, people don't start coming till 9:30, and it just, they end up closing down, and so there's no training grounds, no rooms for bands to go off and learn their craft of being in front of a crowd, hustling to sell tickets, you know, it's a hustle, all of that.
Absolutely.
Saf, we're out of time.
Oh, God.
I love you so much, honestly. You have got an open invitation anytime you want to come in. At Saff Republica on Twitter is the place to go and do a crowdfunding so you get a new iPad so you can go on there.
Thank you.
You can go on there more.
And Republica official Facebook page, thank you so much.
Republica official. We're going to tweet that out. I'm going to get all the links.
Thank you so much, I appreciate that.
Can me and Kath get on your guest list for one of
please, you know, you're so...
Yes, mate!
Of course.
No, I've got to run that through me.
No, open invitation.
The talent wants it, the talent gets it.
Right.
We will carry on taking your calls, dear listener.
Thank you so much for having me.
03444991000. This is Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0344 499 1000. I love Saffron so much. The one question I didn't get to ask is, will you marry me? I didn't get to ask the question. I blew it. Could have been my time. 0344 499 1000 is the phone number. Let's take calls straight to air for the next 15 minutes and see what happens. The switchboard is empty. There's nothing in the papers, man. There is nothing in the papers at all. What else is there to talk about? I don't want to talk about this today. Oh God, the language and the politicians are all idiots. I don't really want to go there. I don't really want thick people phoning up saying, but it's all right for Boris Johnson to break the law and they applaud it and politicians should be above. I don't want any of that. Oh God, we had a guy phoning up, waited on the line 45 minutes to say that James O'Brien was disabled. I mean, oh God, whatever you think about James O'Brien, making jokes about people saying they're disabled, is that the best we've got? Is that the best we've got? There was a great prank call to Farage's show. A great prank call to Farage's show the other day. If you've not heard it, I wonder if I can find it. It's not very good quality. It's not very good. Farage prank. Let's see. It's a great call. Here we go.
Great. I'm immensely grateful to you for everything you've done in British politics over the last few years. I used to be an ardent Remainer. I voted Remain. I believed in the European project. Mm-hmm. I believed that staying in the European Union was the best thing for us. And then something happened, and something monumental happened. It completely changed my opinion on the whole situation.
What was that monumental thing, Mark?
I was kicked in the head by a horse.
Right, very good. Okay, fine. Thank you.
That's how you do a prank, you idiots, instead of phoning up saying James O'Brien is disabled. Is that the best you've got? That's the problem with where we are right now, right? People disagree. The best you can do is say they're disabled, or call them gay, or ugly, or junkies, or failures, or queer. That's the best that you've got. It's the best you've got. Come on, guys. Grow up and do better. Call straight to air for at least 15 minutes. Hello, line 1, you're on the wireless.
See you with the Saffron and Ting. Oh!
Thank you very much indeed. Let's go to line 2. 2, you're on the wireless.
Hello, Ian. Hello, Kath.
Kath is not here at the moment. What can I do for you?
Okay. Hello, Ian. The one-hit wonders last night.
Yes, sir.
Are you okay to carry on with it?
Yeah, of course, sir.
Just what qualifies a one-hit wonder? Stupid question, but what's define a one-hit wonder?
A band that has one hit?
In the top 10, 20?
Top
30?
20. Top 20.
Okay. Just going back to the last night, the Rednecks, Cotton Eye Joe.
Oh, God. Oh,
there was a follow-up. There was a horrendous follow-up to it that got to number 12.
Then they are not one-hit wonders. They are two-hit wonders. Thank you for that correction. We will take corrections on this show. Maybe not on other shows, but on this show. Line 3, you're on the wireless.
Hey, Ian. Hey, Kath. How's it going?
Kath is not here.
All right. Well, I'm sure Talk Radio broadcasts radio when they're around in, like, the non-studio bits, right?
Well, no, they actually broadcast Virgin Radio in the non-studio bits, but thanks for thinking that the station would actually have faith in its own output. They don't.
You didn't mention, like, you kept mentioning how many millions they did spend on the new studio, so I just assumed it's like top-notch quality.
No, it's not. It's lousy, and outside of the Talk Radio office, it's Virgin all the way.
Amazing.
That's incredible,
yeah, I just got your incredible book, so I'm really looking forward to reading it. The foreword, the initial bits are really nice, and it's incredible. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, thank you, man. You've just given £5.98 to the Samaritan, so thank you very much indeed.
Excellent. Brilliant. I'm glad that has happened. And yeah, that phone call was really funny. The one with Farage. I think I saw another clip where he went on the morning show the day after, and he's like, "Oh yeah, when someone calls into the studio first thing, we're always a bit like unaware who's just gonna be blah blah, and just laughing it off. At least apparently the guy who called him on Twitter, he said at least he didn't block him or something, and so apparently he took it in good spirits.
Well, you have to take it in good spirits. They got better of him. That caller was clever, and then it was very, very funny.
Nationwide, yeah.
Yeah, he got his butts
and
backed.
yeah, just wanted to say, James's show is incredible for whoever else that hasn't heard it yet, and I was unfortunate enough to hear that shitty prank call not too long ago, which wasn't really a prank call as well. No, give it a listen and...
Hang on a minute. Incredible. You can't phone up and plug... You're talking about James O'Brien. You can't phone up and plug another show on another station. Yes, I'll call him a friend of mine. Of course I will. But don't listen to his show. Kath's back.
There are absolute limits, and you just found it.
You and Saf best mates now?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. That's fair enough.
She's lovely.
Isn't she the best? Let's go to line 4. You're on the wireless.
Hello?
Yeah. Too slow. Let's go to line 5. You're on the wireless. You held the wrong syllable.
Rubbish.
You held the wrong syllable. No one holds the pra. It's the deep that you hold. Let's go to line 3. 3, you're on the wireless.
Hi Ian, it's James. How's it going?
Very well, James. What have you got for us?
I've got a couple of one-hit wonders for you.
Oh, God.
Is that alright?
I love radio shows when it's people listing things. Yes, go!
Okay, there's Dupe by Dupe.
Yep.
But now, because we just had a guy phone up complaining. He said, what's the definition of a one-hit wonder? I said, a band that's had one hit. In the what? Top 10? I said top 20. He said, right. Well, last night someone called in with the Rednecks, Cotton Eye Joe. Their second single got to number 12. So already this has become...
All right, name it. If most people can't name it...
No.
Most people can't name it. It's a one-hit wonder.
No, that's...
What was the second hit?
Well, he named it. The Raggy Ass Jim.
Anyway, it's supposed to be a bit of fun. Don't be a pendant or we won't do it.
No, but... Oh, God.
I was bored of it by the end anyway. Let's not...
Well, hang on. James is calling in for it.
Oh, good.
Go on, James.
No, I just want to say, I'm proper gutted. I caught the last about 20 minutes of your interview with Saff.
Oh, mate. Oh, are you James?
Sorry?
Are you James that she was talking about?
No.
Oh. She was talking about a James.
Oh, right. No, what? She met someone?
She's got a super fan called James who would have been able to back me up that I interviewed her 9 years ago, not 6 years ago, like she thinks.
Oh, right. No, that's not me.
Okay.
I'm kind of, I wouldn't say I'm a super fan, but, yeah, their tune's absolutely massive.
Yeah.
And
what do you want, a phone number? I can give you a phone number if you want. I got it.
Well, yeah, go on then.
Give me 20. Give me 20 quid. And no, of course I won't at all. Well, listen, the things will go out as a podcast tomorrow probably.
But she just sounded so good, and hearing her talk about the kung fu stuff, so and everything.
Yes, man.
Yeah, that was. I was listening to it, and I was like, was she on from 10?
She was on from 10. We had her for the whole hour, although she will probably say it was 5 minutes because her perception of time it would turn out is nonsense.
Yeah,
but she's great. I love her.
Being the first half knob that I am, I missed the first 40 minutes, and I'm just like, oh, proper guy.
Mate, it will be a podcast tomorrow, James. Don't you worry. 0344 499 1000. Let's take calls straight to air for another 15 minutes. This is Talk Radio.
After hours amusement for anarchists, air hostesses and jet-lagged Antipodeans.
G'day, coppers. Can I crash on your floor? The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. We'll take calls straight to air for a bit, because I've got nothing. The only thing I've got written down, right, is quite interesting. You know the last British bus manufacturers have gone bust.
Right.
There's the last British bus...
Is that Routemaster?
Well, the people that made the last Routmasters, the hydraulic one.
Those guys, yeah.
Right. The company's gone bust. Right? But apparently, let me work out, over the last... Right, so this company's gone bust, right? But over the last 3 or 4 years, the directors of the company... This is true, this isn't like speculation, this is true. The directors of the company, over the last 6 years, the directors of the company put £15 million into a Christian charity owned by the directors of the company. Now, that sounds really odd.
So this is Wrightbus?
Wrightbus, yeah.
Right.
They made what are known as the Boris buses, so the newest buses you see. And so I think it's over the last 6 years. Here we go. Let's have a little look. There's a story here. I heard this on the radio and I found it fascinating. Crisis hit Wrightbus has given away more than, go away pop-ups, £15 million in Christian charity donations over the last 6 years. It's been on teetering on the brink of collapse for months after more than 70 years in the coach building business. It's from County Antrim, but over the years, millions of pounds has been taken out of the parent company, the Cornerstone Group, to fund the group's commitment to Christian, evangelical and other charitable activities. Its most recent accounts show it donated $4.15 million to Christian and charitable causes. In the same year, it posted a loss of $1.17 million. I don't know business, I don't know charity. But that doesn't sound right, does
I know they're based in Northern Ireland, so, you know, Christian charities are big there.
Whatever the charity is not really the problem, right? Here we go, let's see another. It donated $4.15 million to Christian and charitable causes. In the same year, it posted a loss of $1.17 million. The funding from Wrightbus for Green Pastures, which is the charity, came from the parent company, the Cornerstone Group, to fund the group's commitment to Christian, evangelical and other charitable activities. Green Pastures, a registered charity, has constructed a major new super church and community facilities outside Ballymena. According to the charity's accounts, it had an income of $7.8 million in 2018 and an expenditure of $4.5 million. They said they've made God a shareholder in the business. Am I being really naive, right? 'Cause I don't know how business works. But is there any way, I suppose if the orders aren't going in for buses, right, you can't keep the company going. But I would assume that the men and women that manufactured the buses, if the company's gone bust, they won't be getting a payout, or if they are getting a payout, it certainly won't be substantial. In fact, I heard a 62-year-old bloke on the radio the other day going, well, who's going to give me, I've got nothing, who's going to give me a job? And you just think, well, okay, $4 million to build a super church, alright, but could that have kept the company going longer? Could I don't know how many people they employed, I think it was something like 70. Could $500,000 of that been used as like a payout to the team that were going to lose their jobs? It just feels to me, if your company is losing money, to then put £4.5 million into a charity that you also own, just smells a little bit fishy.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
The major sort of political players have been talking to BBC's Good Morning Ulster about it. Democratic Unionist Party, the DUP's Ian Paisley Jr., said issues for how directors spend their dividends are probably private issues, and it's for directors to explain how they distribute their dividend. Every company will make those decisions. The directors will have to consider why they did those things and how they did those things, but no doubt all these things will be examined. Sinn Féin's MLA, Conor Murphy, added, there are questions that have been raised about the finances of the firm and where they were spent, and I think all those things need to come out in the wash.
Because you get tax relief, don't you, for donating?
Yeah. But 1,200 people have been made immediately redundant.
1,200, right, more than
and there's 3,400 jobs could be lost across the supply chain.
But they've the other year put $4 million into a charity that helped build a super church. That's owned by the same company. So it feels like what it feels like, and I don't know, that the parent company knew that they were, this is my interpretation, the parent company knew that the bus company was buggered, so they just kind of moved the money over somewhere where it couldn't be touched, and they could still use it. It don't feel right. It doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel right. By the way, I wonder how, it must be tough for the directors of Thomas Cook. They must be broke, the directors of Thomas Cook. Well, can't wait to see the payouts those guys are going to get. Can't wait to see what massive bonuses they got in the last 12, 18, 24 months. The world is screwed, man. Everybody, hard-working people are losing their jobs, and no one seems to care, and politicians are allowed to go around inciting violence. That's what they're doing. Our Prime Minister is inciting violence with his aggressive language. Don't give me any of this rubbish. James Whale was talking absolute rubbish. Oh, it's great to see a Prime Minister that's forthright and leading. No, he's not. He's a coward. He's a bully. He's a misogynist. And when people were saying yesterday, women were saying yesterday, we don't feel safe. Well, vote Brexit through then. Well, that's a threat. That's a threat to say, well, if you want to feel safe, you have to vote.
Stop all this now.
Yeah, you can stop this by voting how I want you to vote. That's all you got to do. You want to feel safe? Just vote Brexit through. No, I'm sorry, guys, and even surely the thickest person who voted Brexit, and there are thick people that voted Remain, I'll say it for the thick people who voted Brexit that think I'm completely one-sided, I'm not your thickos. But even the thickest person that voted Brexit, surely you can't justify members of Parliament feeling threatened. Surely you can't justify the leader of the female leader of the Lib Dems getting death threats and being told her kids could be killed. You can't justify female members of Parliament having doors kicked in and threats shouted through letterbox. You can't justify that, can you? If anybody listening, right, and they won't, but if anybody listening can justify the threats, let's make it simple, right, let's make it simple. If anybody listening can justify the threats that are being made to the women MPs, the female MPs, let's focus on them for a bit. Let's be a little bit sexist, all right? Let's be a little bit, bearing in mind the only MP that's been killed in living memory was a woman, all right? So actually it's not that sexist. You can't, if anyone can justify those threats because they are voting against the will of the people. 0344 499 1000. Because I heard people defending the show before us that I'm rapidly going off. People were defending Boris Johnson's foul language. People were defending the fact that these women are being threatened. This is what we've come to. This is what we have come to.
I've heard some right old bullshine on that subject in the last 24
That's
hours.
Awful, man.
A lot of it based on, well, you wanted equality, this is what the blokes have to put up with. Really? Do they?
Here's the thing, guys. It's going backwards, right? And right now it's going backwards for women. We just had a phone call that was making jokes about being disabled. So it's going to go backwards for disabled. We have examples of that. It's going to go backwards for the LGBTQ, and will it go backwards for black people? I suppose once all the Poles and the Romanians have gone. Well, it has actually gone backwards for brown people because of, terrorism. But once all the Poles and Romanians and Albanians are gone, okay, where are the black people? We'll point at them. The Jews, it's gone backwards for them.
Gosh, I know.
What is going on? What is going on? Who was it? Oh, I was in a meeting. Was it today? I was in a meeting today. I'm not breaking any confidence. But someone went, do you know what? I'm really thinking, they said, I'm paraphrasing massively. They said, I'm been working really hard and getting nowhere. And I think that we're going to look back in 50 years' time and look at this 10, 15, 20-year stretch, just being a really shit time, really lousy time for minorities, for ethnicities, for different religions, different sexualities. It's just, I think we're just in a really lousy time. And it's going to go on. It's going to go on. Look at this. I'm turning off Iain Lee as James O'Brien. I love the fact that James O'Brien is now an insult. Call me that if you want.
The multi-award winning James O'Brien?
Yeah, it's an insult because you disagree with him. And this person's Twitter handle, Brexit, bring it on. That's what we're dealing with.
What are they going to do for a personality once this is all over? I mean, it will take a long time, so that they can fill their boots a little bit longer. But what are they going to do? Because actually, this is just a way of channeling a rage that a lot of people are feeling. On both sides. On both sides. It's become people's whole online personalities.
All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to send out some love in the universe. That's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to start off with the Periscope love bomb. That's what we're going to do. We're going to find someone on Periscope. Get your laptops, get your tablets, get your phones ready. Go on to periscope.tv. We're going to send out some love. There's too much darkness in the world, and I will not have it for the next 90 minutes, all right? Let's make the next 90 minutes here we go. Let me just encourage a few more of the thickos to switch off. Right, here we go. Let's make this show for the next 90 minutes a safe place. And they're gone. Good. Right. So what we're going to do for the next 90 minutes, let's just send out love, man. We're going to do a Periscope love bomb. If you've got any suggestions, dear listener, of what we can do to make the world a better place, literally in the next 90 minutes. And I don't mean, go out and, stuff that we can do in this next 90 minutes.
I want to hear, here's the thing.
Here we go. Boiley's working.
Your moments, your bright moments, right? I had a really lovely moment this morning. I dropped my daughter off and I was on the phone.
Yeah.
And I was having a chat, wasn't paying attention to where I was going. And as I walked along, I was nearly home, and this tiny little girl who was walking with her mum started talking to me out of nowhere.
Wow.
Have you got a dog today?
Whoa,
and I said, no, I haven't. I put my phone down and I said, no, I haven't, but I wish I did have. And I spent maybe 30 seconds talking to this little girl who just wanted to know if I had a dog. Just a little moment of purity and light.
I've got one, and then I'm going to give you a dark thing, even though I just said. So yesterday I was walking, just going to Marks and Spencer's, and I walked past the local newsagents, and there was a girl, like a year-old, just pressed up against the glass, and I waved at her, and she burst into hysterics. But just started laughing because some bloke had waved at her. She was in hysterics. Love it. Here's the dark thing, right? And you saw this. I was video phoning. What do they call video phone? Video phoning you, right? To talk about the record. We've sold 100 of the record. Great. And then one of the cats came in. Lucky came in.
Yeah.
And I went,
you always hear the cat flap slam.
Yeah.
Because she's got attitude.
And I turned it round so you could see her, and I got down on a level. I said, look what she's got. And she had a mouse. Dead mouse in her teeth, right? And then she put it on the floor. She stood on it with a paw. Then with her teeth, she ripped its guts open. This is in front of me, right in front of you.
Yeah.
And then she picked it up and put it in her mouth. And you could hear the bones crunching as she chewed the whole thing and then swallowed it. And it just went.
The whole thing went down.
Just went in one. Chewed it, crunch, 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 swallow. She looked at me as if to say, you got any more? Are you dirty? It was horrible, man. It was horrible. No wonder she keeps puking up everywhere. Yeah. She's eating mice. I've never seen a cat eat a mouse. I've seen them play with them, seen them hide them, seen them throw them. Never seen one eat it.
She necked the whole thing.
And she's always hungry.
She's tiny.
I hate them.
Call a mouse.
Right. So that's the last bit of darkness. The next 90 minutes. What was it you were asking for, Catherine?
Bright moments.
Bright moments and things we can do in the next 90 minutes to spread a little bit of love. We're going to do a Periscope love bomb first of all. So get your tablets, get your laptops, get your computers, get your phones ready. Go to periscope.tv. We're going to send some love to somebody. Let's try and make the world a slightly better place. 0344 499 1000. We'll still take your call straight to air. This, dear listener, is Talk Radio.
Neon lit night talk for torch singers, trolley dollies, and train wrecks like me.
Never know just where the conversation will take you.
What I'm going to say sounds ridiculous.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000. We'll take calls straight to air. We want to know what are you calling it?
Well, we could probably come up with something better, but bright moments.
That'll do. That's perfect. And ways we can make the world better in the next 90 minutes. Let's go to line 1. You're on the wireless.
Oh, hello. Is that Ian?
Yes, is that line 1?
Oh, yeah, it's Nick from Bristol.
Hello, Nick from Bristol. What you got for us?
Hi, I don't know if you remember, I called a couple of years ago. I was a victim of a hate crime because of my sexuality, and I'm in a bad place tonight. And
what's going, Nick? Could you turn your radio off, please?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Sure. Yeah. There we go.
Okay, why are you in a bad place? What's happening, man?
I'm finding that I'm increasing my drinking because I can't cope with life anymore.
Yeah. What is it about life that you can't cope with?
I have extreme social anxiety.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. I mean, listening to you of an evening, I find you extremely entertaining.
Gosh, you really are real. Okay, we can help. Well, I'm glad I'm teasing. I'm glad you enjoyed the show, but what needs to be done to So you drink a lot. So what? Is what I want to ask. Why do you perceive that as a problem?
It's not a case of a lot. It's a case of constant. It's like a 5% cider. You know, it's not. It's not. You know.
What would happen if you didn't drink that?
I self-harm. I'd burn myself.
Oh, you're into the big stuff.
I did used to cut myself, but it used to end up with me being in hospital.
Yeah.
And
when was the last time? When was the last time you cut yourself?
Well, I haven't cut myself in a couple of years.
Beautiful. So you can stop. You have experience of stopping behaviour that is very damaging to you. So you can stop stuff.
But I burned myself.
You still do that?
I burned myself was about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago.
Okay.
Because it doesn't involve me going to hospital. I just put cigarettes out on my arm.
You need to speak to a doctor, and you need to speak to a doctor very, very soon. Don't tell me you can't, because you can.
I know what you're saying is real.
Yeah, it's real, and it's the only option at this precise second in time. You need to speak to a doctor tomorrow.
Yeah. I've been trying to for the last few days, and they've said they'd phone me back, but they haven't.
Keep phoning them up. Phone them up. What do you want? What do you want from me, Nick? Why are you telling me this at 11:36 on a Thursday night?
I don't know, because I'm on my own. I haven't. I only go out once a day to go to the shop to buy some food and come back. I don't really talk to anybody, but I enjoy your show.
Yeah.
And I've spoken to you before. I mean, you probably won't remember. It was a couple of years ago.
I have a vague memory of it, but I just wonder. There's a reason you've called me tonight, right? And I get that you're lonely. And a couple of people are saying the phones aren't working. If you could if you're having trouble getting through, could you just send me a little tweet at Iain Lee just to let me know? But what do you hope? Because I can't do anything.
I know. And I'm sorry to put
you have nothing. No, buddy, you've got nothing to apologise for. You've got nothing to apologise for.
I don't tweet.
Don't worry, that thing about tweeting was for other people. That wasn't for you. Nick, you haven't got anything to apologise for, right? I'm just trying to be honest. I can't help you, but I interpret your call to me tonight as a cry for help, right? So I'm just wondering what help can you get yourself?
It's just, I have a lot of respect for you for the fact that you've come out as bisexual recently. I mean, I have phoned you up before in the past, and I've said it's great that you've been honest with yourself and truthful to yourself.
Yeah.
And you don't care what people think, and I respect that totally. And I kind of feel that.
Are you bisexual? Are you?
Me,
is there an issue with your sexuality that's causing you issues?
It always has done. My dad was an instructor in the Coldstream Guards.
Right.
So I grew up with that very sort of macho thing, and then he left when I was 12.
Right.
it made it very difficult for me to come out as, I don't even know if I'm bisexual or if I'm fluid. I don't know. I mean, I went through 15, 20 years of being gay, or identifying myself as being gay, and then I had a girlfriend.
Right.
Although she was not she was sort of jeans and t-shirt type woman.
I don't know. I've got no idea what jeans and t-shirt white women do. But what I'm asking right now is, what I'm trying to get at is, what is the problem? What is the problem that is causing you to burn yourself, which is a very extreme reaction to something? Is it your sexuality? Is it you missing your dad? Is it loneliness? Is it, what is it? What is the problem?
Well, my dad died, funnily enough, I have a sister who's 3 years older than me, and our birthdays are close together. My dad died in between mine and her birthdays. Yeah. He died a couple of days before, but that's not really an issue.
Okay, well, let's focus, I really want you to focus, Nick. What is the issue? What is the problem that is making you so unhappy? If it's not your dad, what is it? Your sexuality? What is it?
I don't know if it's my sexuality, because I say I have one friend, right, and he's a totally out gay guy. You know, he's a security guard. He's a big chunky fella. You know, he doesn't care who cares. He doesn't care about, you know, and I respect that about him, that he does not care who thinks what of him or what have you. But me, I do feel that I feel like I'm being judged all the time, or I'm judging myself.
Exactly. You're the one doing the judging. When I came out as bi, no one cared. No one cared. No one cared. I had been judging myself negatively for 30, 35 years. I have been the one making me unhappy. I was the one that made me self-harm, and my self-harm was taking drugs and having sex that was inappropriate. I was the one. It was me. It all came from me. No one else gave a stuff.
I have an idea of your story. I mean, you're just a few years younger than me. I'm 50. But I know. I mean, I can recall you watching you on the TV when you used to do your comedy reports.
Yes, excellent. You know,
very.
But here's the point, Nick. Here's the point. If it's your sexuality that's causing you problems, then it's only you that's making that problem. If there's something else, I don't know. You can't keep on burning yourself, and you can't keep on drinking, right? You have proven by stopping cutting yourself that you can stop. Actually, I genuinely think that cutting yourself and drinking, I think they're very, very similar. It's a way of causing yourself pain and trying to drown out the feelings that you don't want to feel. You've proven you have an amazing strength that you can stop doing something negative that brings you relief. And you've moved that now.
I don't feel strong, though. I don't feel strong now, Ian.
Mate, you stopped cutting. You stopped cutting yourself. That's a huge thing to have done.
Only because I don't want to go to hospital.
Doesn't matter why. You stopped it. You stopped it. That's a great strength.
You know, I have a great deal of respect for you.
I don't care about me. No. I'm not going to let you do that.
Care.
Nick, I'm not letting you do it. I'm not letting you do that. That's the 5th time you've deflected what I'm saying about you and said something about me. Try not to talk about me. Because we all know I'm a great guy. We all know that, right? But I want you to know that you're also a great guy. And what I did, what other people do is not superhuman at all, right? It is not superhuman. You have done something incredible by stopping cutting yourself, right? That is incredible. So that proves to me you can stop burning yourself.
My arms are covered in cuts and burns.
Okay.
So in the summertime when I go out, people look and they stare.
Wear long sleeve shirts then until you're comfortable with people staring. Those scars are always going to be there. They'll fade. They're always going to be there.
Yeah.
Wear long sleeve shirts until you're more comfortable with people staring. If people even are staring, they're probably not. They're probably not. Again, that's probably in your head.
Well, I'm ginger, so they sort of stick out because I'm very fair-skinned.
I think, Nick, I'm hearing you making excuses for something now.
I know.
Yeah, you do know. You do know, don't you?
I'm very grateful that you took my call tonight.
I'm grateful that you called in, Nick. Here's my suggestions. I would like you to speak to a doctor. I would like you to consider going to AA, or at least looking up Alcoholics Anonymous online. Hey, so let me show you what I got. Let me show you what I got today. I'm going to show you what I got today. Hang on, where is it? Right, I got a key ring today. I got a grey key ring today, Nick. I got it, and one side it says NA, on the other side it says clean and serene for 18 months. Look at that, Boyley. I got that today.
Let me touch the magic.
Today, kind of really tomorrow, but I cheated a little bit. I fudged it. Today, it's been 18 months to the day since I shoved cocaine up my nose and sat in a bedsit masturbating for 3 days in a row, right? That's where I ended up. That was my equivalent of cutting my arms and burning myself, was doing that.
I tried cocaine once a long time ago.
Okay, well don't.
It just sent me to sleep.
Very Moorish.
It sent me to sleep.
Wow. Yeah, I don't think you had cocaine.
I
anyway.
just went to sleep.
Okay, here's what I'm saying. 18 months and a day ago, my life was a mess, man. My life was a mess. I was sat in a horrible bedsit. It was filthy. I was puking up and I was watching porn and masturbating and shoving cocaine up my nose. And I was paranoid out of my gourd, thinking people were trying to break into my apartment. 18 months later, I'm sat here. I've got my best friend sat there. I've had one of my favourite pop stars just sat over there. I've got a job. I can feed myself. I've got cats. I've got a key ring that shows that I've done. 18 months later, my life has turned around. I'm not showing off. I'm just saying, Nick, you can do this too.
And I've heard you, and that's what I respect about you, because you know.
No.
You can accept yourself for who you are.
Nick, no.
I find it difficult.
No, here's the thing. I'm you. I'm just a bloke. I've been on telly, right? I've got a radio show. I've been in the jungle. So what? I am just a bloke.
I didn't see that. Sorry, I didn't watch that.
Good.
I didn't watch that.
Good, it was rubbish. Here's the thing. Nick, you need to listen. Stop deflecting. I'm you, man. I'm the same as you. I did it. You can do it too. I promise. Go and see your doctor, please.
Thanks, Ian. Thanks.
I love you, Nick.
All right, man. Take care.
Thank you, Nick. That wasn't too harsh, was it?
No.
I like it. I like Nick. I love you, Nick, and you can do it.
That key ring represents a lot of bloody hard work, right? And it was tough. It was really tough. And it was tough to watch you go through it. It must have been bloody awful being in it. And there were moments when you told me you couldn't do it. You did it.
18 months. 18 months. And do you know what they give you at NA meetings if you're 18 months clean? You're allowed a joint. A joint of skunk and a pint of beer and a scotch. And I had it, and I'm off my face. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's up your bum. I think the phones are working. Let's just try. Line 3, the phone's working.
That's you.
Hello?
Yes, that's you.
Hello?
Hello?
That's me.
That's you. Are the phones working, line 3?
I hope so.
I think so.
Are they working? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just hearing feedback.
Are you working?
Am I working?
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Tonight?
Can you hear me?
Who the hell is Ginger Baker?
Thank you very much indeed. Let's take a quick break.
Tales of mystery and imagination on the radio show that does things differently.
Dolly Parton, I listen to a record all day long.
The Late Night Alternative with Ian Lee.
I'm a nut job, but not that kind of nut job.
On Talk Radio.
Honest to God, it's the new Breaking Bad.
Oh no!
What is Katia on about?
Don't know.
Have you seen her tweet?
No.
I find that offensive.
What she said?
Read it.
Use legends. So much love in the TLNA. Bonne nuit.
What's that about?
That's nice. She's saying good night.
What's that about? How dare she? No, I'm suspicious. Delete your account. Delete your account, Katya. Go and set up a French one. We're taking calls straight away. Greg, stay there. The phones should be working now, guys. I mean, geez. Let's try line 1. You're on the wireless.
Hi, guys.
Can I just say, great tweet. Carl James Kynaston. Are you related to the actor? This is a great tweet. Thank you, Carl. If you're still listening, you may not be. This is what I want.
Yeah.
This is what I want. I've just listened to talk radio for the first time in my 28 years existence. I'm slightly scared, slightly intrigued, very confused. Carl, thank you, mate. That is the best review this show could get. You've summed it up perfectly. I hope you stick around a bit. If you don't, thank you for giving us a few minutes of your time. I'd love you to stick around because it gets better and worse simultaneously, if such a thing is possible. Good evening, Alistair.
Good evening. Kath was asking for bright moment.
Yeah. Here we go. This is what we want. There's too much hate in the world at the moment. Let's spend the next 70 minutes is going to be love.
Okay. So I was in a meeting tonight, Ian.
Yes.
And I shared, and someone in the meeting who I very much respect came up to me afterwards and said, that was a great share.
Boom.
So I was very pleased.
That will do.
I was very pleased.
That'll do.
It sort of cheered me up because I thought, well, that's the reason I go as well, because I want to, give them my experience.
That's what it is. This is what it is. This is why we always... If those that have been to a meeting, right, I assume everyone knows what it's like. The format in NA and AA and OA and GA and CA and SAA and SLA and all these different meetings, it's very similar. You sit in a circle, or sometimes you sit in rows, and you have some readings about how the programme works, and it's the same readings, it's worded slightly differently in different fellowships, but it's all the same readings, and it's kind of, that starts to build up a little bit of a ritual and a bit of tradition, and then you'll either have a reading from a book that's to do with, drugs and booze or food or whatever, or you'll have someone who sits there for 10, 15, 20 minutes and shares their story about how they were a mess and how they're working to make their life better and how perhaps their life is better. And then people can either put their hands up or shout out, saying where they're at the moment for sort of 3, 4, 5 minutes, depending on the size of the meeting. And there's more to it than that. Then the meeting finishes and you put a few quid in a pot and you go home. There's a little bit more work to it than that, but that's basically it. And you've got to do some homework and stuff, but that's basically it. That, somehow, I don't know how, it's magic, I don't know how, but that helped me get clean for 18 months. That is what has kept me clean for 18 months. And what are you coming up to, Alistair, for people like Nick who are struggling? Well, you're coming up to, is it 6 months?
Yeah, I'm 5 months in a couple of weeks.
And with respect, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but anyone who would have heard you calling us a year ago would quite possibly have thought that you were a hopeless case. And I say that with respect, because me and Kath always knew that we got glimpses of you, the guy that we've met and shook hands and embraced and we're speaking to now. And we knew it was in there, but there would be people who are listening and thought, well, that guy's dead. That guy's never going to get it. And I'm just emphasising that, not to embarrass you, but just so that if Nick is listening or anyone else is listening who thinks, well, I can't do it, it's all well and good me sharing my story, but I've been on telly, right? And I'm on the radio, so I understand that some people might look up to me as being not quite real. I get that some people might do that, but you're a bloke. You're a bloke, and you turned your life around.
I did, and I know this is not everyone's cup of tea, but every night I say a little prayer.
Yep.
To say thank you for giving me a second chance, and I grasped it with both hands, and I'm just absolutely, over. And then I did say I had sort of mental health stuff still going on, but that I can deal with that better now because I'm not drunk, and it's absolutely brilliant.
I'm glad to hear that, Alistair, and that is an important message that you're sharing, so thank you, mate.
You're very welcome, and God bless you all.
Take care, fella. I mean, the change is remarkable. What a nice guy. And we always knew he was a nice guy. But when he was drinking, he wasn't. The phone number ends 0714. Give us a call. I'm not even going to click on the thing. You called me Rugby, which is the name I was born with. It isn't legally my name anymore. So I'm assuming the rest of it is an insult. I considered the first 2 lines. So 0714, instead of being a dickhead, just being clever, I know his real name. I don't quite know why you would do that. Phone up. We'll have a chat. We'll have a chat, because we're spreading love, man. We're spreading love. Let's go to Greg. Good evening, Greg.
Hello, Mr. Lee.
Hello, Greg.
And hello, Catherine.
Hello.
Hello.
What you got for us, boss?
Well, normally at this point you put me straight into swaddy waddy mode.
Is that what you want?
Well,
because
not
we can
really.
do that.
If you really want to.
Ian, can we make that happen?
I
don't want to bully anyone, but it's time for the correspondent update. What do you got to update with?
Greg.
Right, it's a difficult one for me because it's Welsh.
Don't tell me Schwaddy Waddy are dead.
No, it's a Welsh town. Right, Schwaddy Waddy this week will be playing at a pavilion in Llandrindod Wells.
Racist.
Somewhere.
That was your Shawaddy Waddy update with Shawaddy Waddy correspondent
Greg.
Shawaddy Waddy correspondent
Greg.
I know I don't have a lot of time, Ian.
Correct.
You're going to go to the news, but
Correct.
I've got to say, Shawaddy Waddy is giving me headaches at the moment.
Okay.
Well, I walk to work in the morning.
Yeah.
And every time I step out the door, I get people shouting at me saying, "Oh, you going for a little walk, are you?
Huh?
Have you been underneath the moon of love?" And
under the moon of love, I want to tell you that I love you, and I want you to be my girl. Let's walk. Under the moon of love. Not going to join in, Greg?
Ian, I know you're probably going to go to the news, but I must say I live in Leighton Buzzard.
Yes.
Oh.
And I've got my own local band, which I feel guilty that I should be supporting them.
Are they Shawaddy Waddy?
No.
Thanks very much for your call. This is Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Ian Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
A stick, a stone, it's the end of the road. The rest of a stump, a little alone. A sliver of glass, it is life, it's the sun. It is night, it is death, it's a trap, it's a gun. The oak when it blooms,
a fox in the brush,
the knot in the wood,
the song of a thrush,
the wood of the wind,
a cliff, a fall,
a scratch, a lump, it is nothing at all.
It's the wind blowing free, it's the end of the slope.
It's a beam, it's a void, it's a hunch, it's a hope. And the riverbank talks of the waters of March. It's the end of the strain, it's the joy in your heart. The foot, the ground,
the flesh and the bone,
the beat of the road, a slingshot stone,
a fish, a flash, a silvery glow,
a fight, a bet, the range of the bow,
the bed of the well, the end of the line,
the dismay in the face, it's a loss, it's a fine,
a spear, a spike,
a point, a nail,
a drip,
a drop,
the end of the tale,
a truckload of bricks in the soft morning light,
the shot of a gun in the dead of the night,
a mile, a must, a thrust, a bump.
It's a girl, it's a rhyme, it's a cold, it's the mumps,
the plan of the house, the body in bed, and the car that got stuck.
It's the mud,
a float, adrift,
a flight, a wing,
a hawk, a quail,
the promise of spring,
and the riverbank talks of the waters of March. It's the promise of life, it's a joy in your heart.
John.
It is John.
He's a thorn in your hand,
A cut in your toe.
a point, a grain,
A bee, a bite.
a blink, a buzzard,
Sudden stroke of night.
a pin,
A needle.
a sting,
A pain.
a snail,
A riddle.
a wasp,
A stain. A fastened the mountains. A horse and a mule. In the distance the shaft roll 3 shadows of blue.
and the riverbank talks of the waters of March. It's the promise of life in your heart, in your heart.
A stick.
A stone,
The end of the load.
the rest of a stump,
A lonesome road.
a sliver of glass,
A light, the sun.
a night, the death.
The end of the run. And the riverbank talks of the waters of March.
It's the end of all strength.
It's the joy in your heart. Ba-da-ba-ba.
Going to spend the last hour just going to sound love out, man. Although someone's, Kieran's calling me out.
She's right.
For playing the English version. There we go.
I've got the whole album with Ellis doing this one.
Yes.
Pau, Pedro.
It's a great song. I heard that song on BBC London like years and years ago. It's the only time I've ever phoned up a radio station and gone, what was that song you just played? This is like 15 years ago, about 2 o'clock in the morning. 0344 499 1000. Call straight to air. Yes, line 1. Hello? Yes, hello?
Ian.
Spidey sense goes straight away. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, what do you want?
I'm not... Right. I almost apologise for phoning tonight. It's been a tough day.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I've not had the vibe of the show. I've not been able to hear the show tonight.
Okay.
But,
what's going on with you, my friend?
I was just back from a funeral from a friend today.
Mate, I'm sorry to hear that.
And it's been a tough one. It's probably been the first one I've attended that's not been unexpected older relative or friend
it's a peer.
Mother or father. Somebody in your own age group.
Yeah.
It's been tough going.
Do you want to talk about the person? Would that be helpful? Or do you want to talk about how you feel? Or do you not want to do either of those things?
Maybe neither.
Beautiful. That's fair enough.
It was just one or something that just really hit home pretty, and as you can probably gather, I've had a few drinks and...
I've picked up that, we smelt it. Me and Kath smelt it. And why the hell not? Where are you now? Are you at home?
Yeah. Home safe and sound.
Are you going to have another drink before you go to bed, or are you going to go to bed?
No. We're going to bed after.
You're going to go up the Wooden Hill to Bedfordshire?
Well, not Bedfordshire. Scotlandshire.
Go no, because this is a thing. And are you on your own, or have you got someone there with you?
Yeah, I'm okay. Everything's okay.
We're all going to die, and it's obvious, but actually it's not that obvious until someone of a similar age, who you think is going to be around forever, dies, and then it really hits home. Oh shit, that's going to happen to me at some point. And that's going to happen to everyone I love at some point.
I know. Indeed. I know you're good at this, right? So guess the age. My age.
It's hard to do, man, when there's a booze filter, but I'm going to... there's the booze filter, and I don't like doing this under pressure, but I'm going to say 36.
Oh, I like it.
Well, you're 42?
43.
Oh! 42 came up, and I was trying to factor in the booze thing, and I went younger. That's a cheat doing it with you. You can't put me under pressure. like that. 42 and it's nothing, man. That's nothing. That's younger than me. You know, when people younger than you start dying, you think, man alive, that's it. That's, suddenly you see the conveyor belt that you're on and you can see the ending. You go,
Indeed.
That's where I'm going, man. And what I am learning to do, and I don't do it very often. Sometimes I can do it for a couple of minutes. Sometimes I've been able to do it for about an hour. But is just try and grab life and suck it dry. It's
I'm
hard.
in the same boat. That's the way I will go. I've always been, and I will continue to go. But just, it's been a tough day. It's been a tough day.
Well done for getting through it, man. Well done.
Thank you.
Seriously, well done. It's tough. Get to bed. Get to bed. You deserve it. I'm not saying it because you're drunk. I'm saying you deserve it. Get to bed, and if you're sharing a bed with someone, hug them.
Yeah. You're absolutely spot on.
Nice
I will
one.
phone you again in better circumstances.
Okay.
I promise.
Thank you, man.
I said this to you in person. But I definitely will. I definitely will.
Nice to talk to you, mate. Thanks for the call.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for
Thank
taking the call. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. It's that thing. After every funeral, I've been blessed. I've not been to that many. Every funeral, you think, man, right? I'm gonna live life to the full.
Yeah, it lasts about 6 weeks.
If you're lucky, it lasts 6 weeks. Yeah, if you're lucky, it'll last 6 weeks. I found it actually lasting significantly shorter than that. But sometimes I can remember for 5-6 minutes that this is not forever, and I can really, enjoy. I've had some real, I tell you not many, but a real transcendent moment, and this was maybe 3 years ago. So when I took my boys to see the Beach Boys, and they played God Only Knows, which was a song at my wedding, but it was I also think it's one of the most beautiful songs in the world. And I had my arm around one son on my right, and I think I had my arm on the leg or it was hugging the other son on the left. And I made sure for that 3 minutes 20, I was there. I have never been more alert in my life. I was taking everything in. I was looking at the band. I was feeling the boys in my hands. I was looking at them. I was touching the trousers of the one on the left so I could feel the material. That was that 3 minutes 20, however long that song is, probably a bit shorter. I've never been more present in my life because I thought, this is it. This is one of those moments. And that's it. I'll remember that to the day I die. You're getting upset. May I ask why?
Just because there are those moments, aren't there, where, sorry.
It's funny how we say sorry when we get emotional. It's strange, isn't it?
I've been to too many funerals recently, and, those little flashpoints in your life where you think, I am present and I'll never forget this feeling, and just got me thinking about this is a really, obvious one, but, when I had my first baby, and, they'd forgotten to take me epidural out, so I couldn't walk. And I said, if she cries in the night, because they had to keep me in, because we had a bit of trouble. And, what am I going to do? I can't get out to her. So they put her in bed with me. And I remember holding that baby, and she's always been a really she's always had a face that looks like she wants to see the manager. She's always been really upright and really aware. And I just remember going through something really traumatic, but wonderful, like the worst day of your life, the best moment of your life, in that rush of love when you see your first baby, and it's like a stranger, but you know them and you love them and you could pick them out in a lineup straight away. And, I remember holding that baby and us looking at each other for hours. For hours. I had her in the early hours of the morning, and I don't think we stopped gazing at each other. The sun came up, and that was a really special time, just me and her. She won't ever remember it, and I won't ever forget it.
Magic. Thank you for sharing that. I'm seeing my eldest play football at a tournament on Saturday morning, and I'm going. Normally my wife would go, but she's taking the youngest to a Dennis the Menace thing. I saw my eldest briefly yesterday. I said, "What's this football tournament?" "I don't know." "Where is it?" "Well, I don't know." "Looking forward to it?" "Well, yeah, I guess." He really couldn't care less. He's 15 at the age of 9.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But I'm going to go, and I'm going to take some snapshots with my head. I think I'm really going to make sure that I'm present. I'm going to take a nice flask of coffee. I'm going to switch my phone off. I often do anyway when I go and watch and play football. I'll switch my phone off, and I'm going to just focus in on him.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to remember that. I'm going to...
Time stops, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'm going to really enjoy Saturday morning.
That thing I had with my eldest, like I said, she won't remember it. But the other week when she had whatever happened at home, we don't know whether she had a seizure or she fainted or what, but she and I ended up in hospital. And it was that again, me and her just together, it's, you know. It's a crappy thing to have happened. But us being together in that moment and me backing her up and her relying on me was just, you know, that's what life's about, those moments, isn't it? Those little milestones.
Sits Down Walk says, that song is the only song I had to pull over to a hard shoulder to listen to for the first time. It was in French and took ages to find its name. Well, that's the same thing that happened to me. So mine was that English version. That was by Joyce, Waltzes of March. But that was the same thing. I heard it and I pulled over and I phoned up BBC London, GLR.
Yeah.
It probably wasn't GLR then. So what was that song you've just played? Never done that.
I heard it in Portuguese. It was his Brazilian, right? In the original version. And it's just magical. And if you look it up online, there's this really charming video. It's with Elise, her name is, and Tom Jobim, who wrote it.
Tom Jobim.
And they're both smoking and laughing and singing to each other and kind of breathing fag ash in each other's faces, but it looks like the most joyous time ever. It's two people having a really good time. That song's just, you know, like an audio giggle, isn't it?
Have we done this break? Let's do a break. Then when we come back, we get some calls I like the look of. It allow me to be a little bit choosy. If we get some calls I like the look of, I'll put them through. But I'd really like to do a Periscope love bomb. Let's send some love out into the world. I think we're getting a grasp of the vibe, and you can never quite turn the vibe 90 degrees, but you can very gently nudge it and blow it and hope it spins a little bit in your direction, and I think we're doing a very, very good job of that. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Closing time conversation for tax inspectors, taxi drivers, and taxidermists. Great big talk for the wee small hours.
You've been trolling me big time, mate.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
There's a call here. Let's just take this call, and then we're gonna then get your Periscope machines ready, because we're gonna do a Periscope love bomb. Let's just see who we got here. Hello, line 1. You're on the wireless.
Hello, it's Lulu.
Hello, Lulu.
Hello. Hello, lovely. You too.
What can we do for you tonight, Lulu?
Oh, I just wanted to send you both love, and everybody that's been ringing in and been a little bit sad and stuff. But just hold on to the shiny moments. That's what I want to tell everybody, really.
There you go. There you go.
And also your car. Oh, your phone lead that you found today.
Oh, God, I didn't mention this. Well, let me just tell the story, because I did it on Twitter, right? So I came out of the house, and I thought I had my phone lead in my bag. Turns out I'd left it plugged in here. So I found it, right? So I thought I had my phone in my bag, and I hadn't charged my phone up last night. I was at 43%. I had to come into town. I bumped into someone who I hadn't seen for 20 years, and I was able to make an amends to them, because I kind of let them down 18 years ago. Then I saw my therapist. Then when I came out, I had quite a busy evening because I had to go to a meeting. Then I was going to come here, and I had Saffron's number in my phone, and it was a little bit unsure of where and when we were going to meet. And my battery was at like 9%. And I sent Katherine a text with Saffron's number saying, my phone's dying, just keep this number just in case. And then I got to where my meeting was going to be, and I had half an hour to kill, and battery was at 7%, and it makes me very anxious when I haven't got battery. And I checked the car, and I checked my bag, and I didn't have a lead, and I thought, well, I'm 10-minute walk from Tottenham Court Road. I'll go and buy another lead. I'll go and buy a lead, then I can charge my phone up. That way I definitely know we can get Saffron. So I got out of the car, locked the door, and I walked 400, 600 metres from the car, and I'm walking down quite a main street, right? And I look in front of me, and there's a black lead on the floor. And I went, oh, wouldn't that be funny if that was a phone lead that fitted my phone? And it was. And I looked around and there was no one there. And the people were going past, but there was no one who was kind of, looking for a lead. I didn't see anyone it had obviously fallen out of. It had been there for at least 20 seconds because I've been walking towards it for 20 secondes. And I picked it up. I thought, well, maybe someone's chucked it because it doesn't work. I went back to the car, I plugged it in, and it charged. It worked. It charged my phone up. That is nuts. Lulu, when have you ever seen a phone cable on the floor? I bet the answer's never.
No, it's fabulous though, because we were joking on Twitter about cosmic ordering.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd share mine with you.
Oh, go on then, let's have it.
Right, a few years ago we were all sitting around having a few drinks, and it got a bit pompous when everyone was comparing the best albums and all of that lot, and someone said The Dark Side of the Moon.
Okay.
So I just turned round and went, well, I don't know. I said, I'd like to listen to it, but I wouldn't bloody pay for it.
Yeah.
And anyway, later on,
I like your attitude.
I took my dog round the block.
Yeah.
And it was dark, and the street light was flashing.
Yeah.
And there was something laying on the grass, and I thought to myself, I wonder what that is, because I'm a bit of a magpie, so I like shiny things.
Oh, God, I cannot, if there's someone left an old VHS recorder outside a house, or an old stereo, I have to look at it and think, can I get this home?
So I picked it up, and I dusted it down, because it was a bit damp, and I thought to myself, it's The Dark Side of the Moon.
Shut up.
No, honest. So we came home, and I kind of dried it out, put it in the CD player. Perfect.
That is the weirdest.
Oh, it was brilliant. It was just so funny. And another one that we had was, I was sitting in the garden one day, and I have these, not flights of fancy, but I just sit there and I think, what would we ever listen to if the electric went out?
Yeah.
How would I live without music? And within half an hour, my friend who used to do up old furniture had turned upon the doorstep with an old wind-up record player that I'd seen a few weeks before and fell in love with, and he'd sold it to somebody. And the old chap had died, and his family turned round and said, we don't want it, but give it to someone who will really appreciate it. And he turned up on the doorstep and he gave it to me. Good, innit?
It is good. Good, innit? Lulu, thank you for sharing that. That's wonderful.
And loads of love to you.
Thank you, Lulu. I appreciate that. That's a great call. Call of the night. Well done. I don't think I've ever heard. I must have heard Dark Side of the Moon. I liked Wish You Were Here. What's the one with the two men on, the man is on fire on the front? I think that's Wish You Were Here. I had that. I must have listened to it once. That's silly, that song, isn't it? I know that one. Right, we're going to do a Periscope love bomb. If you don't know how this works, Periscope is this thing where people stream from all over the world, and sometimes they get tens of viewers, sometimes they get hundreds, sometimes they get thousands. But the ones that I'm really interested in are the ones that have 4, 5, 6 viewers. Sometimes they have less, sometimes they have 1, sometimes they have 0 viewers. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try and find someone who's broadcasting to 0, who seems like a nice person.
And not a potty mouth.
Not a potty mouth. So we'll stay away from America for a moment. See if we can find someone in Britain. And then I'm going to tell you, I will tweet and I will tell you the link. And we'll all go and we'll visit their...
Straight away. Oh my God.
You have to do a little dump there, because the first one I went to, they were playing Bill Hicks. It's always a risky game. I've got, I'm going to have some Saffron's water because I've got a frog in my throat. And because it'd be like kissing her. There we go, so. Right. Okay, let's try again. Let's try this. What is... We won't go to this, but this is just a guy. I'm the only person watching. He's DJing in his spare room.
Oh, he's adorable.
But he can't see. He can't see us. But he's
having a wicked time.
I wonder if he can see me. He's not looking at the screen, so he can't see. Oh, we've left. Okay, but that was. Maybe he can. Hang on a minute. This might be it. Let me just see if he replies to me. I think he's just texting someone. This is a very strange broadcast. He's DJing in his spare room. He's got the headphones on. He's having a little boogie. But when I say boogie, he's doing that side dancing, just going from foot to foot to foot. All right. Well, it looks fun, but he's completely unaware that we're there. Okay, he's completely unaware that we're there. Okay, so we're not going to go to him. That's. Let's see what this is. Oh, that sounds like someone tossing off. Okay.
Oh my God.
We don't want that. Oh. What's this?
Eric.
We found it. Right.
Hi, Iain Lee. Oh my God. Isn't that that guy who's on that Radio 1?
What? His face.
Is it?
Radio 1. Yes, man. Right, this is it. So, I'm tweeting him now. So, we're tweeting him now.
Got a gold thing.
So, if you're following me on Twitter, go and join this guy now. I'm going to plug him in.
Let me turn my sound off.
You've got to see this, because he's loving it. He's loving it. Why can't we hear?
It literally says, look.
His face.
Oh my God, Iain, like, can you please not? Like, please.
What? His name is... I don't know what the channel would be.
He's probably got thousands of followers. Like, I was about to go to sleep as well.
No, wake up, buddy.
7, 8.
Here we go.
Have I, like, won a prize or something? Like, did I win a lottery?
I don't know how we find...
9.
His name is... So I think his channel would be periscope.tv/YAARE Blanche. YAAREBLANCHE. Everybody dive in. He's got 12 viewers at the moment.
He's got 18.
Here we go, everybody.
Good morning, good night.
21,
There's
24, 25.
17 people. Something, I can't cope. Why is there so many people joining this?
There we go.
No, Eric, there's literally 28 people.
Hello.
Let's get it over 100. Let's blow this guy's mind. He seems like a nice guy.
I can't handle this fame. This is too much.
38. Can't handle this fame. What a nice guy.
Could you please...
45.
Oh.
Whoa. Please don't swear. Please don't swear. I've lost the connection a little bit.
Yeah. What is going on? Who are all these people? Please don't swear. Oh, sorry. Wait, what is going on?
So we've got 70 people. Come on, guys. Let's get it over 100. 74.
Yeah, but why have I been shared to Talk Radio?
So it's periscope.tv/YAAREBLANCHE. YAARE Blanche.
Okay, I don't know what to do. I'm getting anxiety.
I'm going to call
now.
him. Don't get anxiety, brother. I'm going to come and chat to you.
Deal with this.
I'm going to go and I'm going to ask to join the call.
Oh my god.
This is what we want.
112 people. What the hell is going on?
I've asked to join. Will you accept me?
But why? Like, why did you share mine?
133. This is it, people. This is what we want in a toxic world at the moment. 140.
Look at you. I don't know what to do. I'm getting stressed. And why? What radio is this that's on at midnight?
Yeah, exactly. What kind of show?
Lousy show.
Diamond, can you help us? It's a love bomb. Oh my god.
153. This is great, man. What a nice guy. Connection's not great.
They've baited us both out.
I'm joining. I'm going in.
What is going on?
Hey, man, can you hear me?
Yeah.
How you doing?
What's going on?
We come in peace.
Okay.
You're right. I have been on the telly. I was on I'm a Celebrity a couple of years ago with Amir Khan and Toff.
I told you.
Yeah.
I told you.
But not Radio 1. That's very kind. But we're on Talk Radio right now.
Oh my god.
I tell you what we're doing, man. We just, the world is really miserable and mean at the moment, right? And
it is.
Isn't it horrible? And the politics and all of that stuff. And we just wanted to make the end of our show, me and my friend Katherine. We just wanted to do something nice. And so we do, every now and then, we do this thing called a Periscope Love Bomb, where I go on Periscope and find someone who hasn't got many viewers and looks lovely. And we just come in and say...
Sorry for swearing, I didn't even realise what it was.
That's alright, man, you didn't know, and I dumped it. But we just wanted to come and say that you look like a nice person. I hope you're well, I hope you're happy. And, that we just wanted to send you some love, man.
Oh. Thank you. That's really kind.
And there's no catch, there's no trick, we just want to try and make someone smile, and we chose you. And I hope you said you were getting anxious, and I hope I've not raised your anxiety too much.
No, I was seeing the numbers raised at first, because I don't usually get more than 7 people on here. So seeing the numbers go up so fast.
So why do you do this? Because I've noticed that a few people sort of use this instead of maybe doing WhatsApp or a phone call. So are you talking to friends on here or strangers?
To be honest, the reason why I started doing this in the first place was because I kind of wanted to get to know more people.
Okay.
And also, I felt like it was a way to express who I am.
Yeah.
And be my true self.
In a way that you struggle to do day to day, do you mean, or? Yeah,
I think it was just somewhere where I could just be myself and be out in terms of my sexuality as who I am.
Yeah.
And it's been hard, to be honest. I've had a lot of hate on here. I won't even lie about that. But I think I decided to come back on here on Tuesday. I was about to delete this. So it's not like a happy story, to be honest, because I did get a lot of stuff on here, a lot of trolls, a lot of people sending me quite horrible stuff.
Because you're gay. Are you gay? Sorry, I've made an assumption there.
I am, yeah.
And you were getting stuff.
A lot of people.
Yeah, go on.
Had a problem with that. I used to go on people's lives and I used to get blocked with oh, he's a gay guy, just don't add him.
Wow.
On this Periscope, he's weird, he's stuff like this. And I got death threats, I got everything.
Oh, mate.
And I've got this, I've got the screenshots of it and everything like that, but it shook me, to be honest. So I wasn't going to come on here before. On Tuesday I was going to delete this, but then I've got a few good people on here who I do know.
Yeah.
And I thought I'll keep it because, I'd rather be positive. And to be honest, this sounds like a reach. I'm only 22, but I want to be more open about my sexuality and stuff, because if I feel that I can change one person's life by just being myself and by being true to myself, and one person sees this, then that's good. I'm not going to hide who I am because I used to do that a lot when I was younger.
If I ask you anything that's too personal, you can tell me to get lost, and I will happily get lost. But so, first of all, I'm really sorry that you got abuse. I know that Twitter is a horrible, horrible place, and I've had tons of abuse on there. But I didn't realise that Periscope. I didn't realise that Periscope could be quite so mean as well.
It is, and I've witnessed a lot of nasty, cruel things on here, and it hurt, and this is so, like, weird. The reason why this is so weird to me above anything else is because on, like, Saturday I was saying to myself, like, this world is shit. Like, I was thinking so many cruel people here. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
Sorry. Get away with the shit, don't yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this world is crap. And, I realised that, and that's what I was thinking to myself, like, just a few days ago, and that's why I think it's so weird that this has happened, like, now. First I thought it was, like, some kind of joke or something, but then I realised, like, when more people started joining, that this was real.
Yeah, no, we're doing this.
It is a lot that needs to be done.
Say that again, man, it dropped out.
Well, I said that I think there's a lot more that needs to be done about, cyberbullying and about just people being cruel on the internet.
Well, we're talking, I mean, not too much, but the whole language in the Houses of in Parliament the last couple of days, if the people at the top are being, it's been primarily misogynism has been the thing as opposed to homophobia, but if the people at the top, the Prime Minister of the country can be abusive towards a group of people, then we're all screwed, man. You know, it seems to be becoming more and more acceptable to pick on people because of their colour, their gender, their sexuality, their disability, whatever. And I hate that. Hey, listen, I've lived as a straight guy. I'm 46, right? And I lived as a straight guy forever. And I've come out as bi 3 months ago.
Okay.
I'm really surprised that most people have been brilliant. Like the people that matter have been brilliant. My friends and my family have been brilliant. But on Twitter, people use it as an insult. You know, it's a very easy stick to try and beat someone with. But actually, it doesn't have any impact on me whatsoever because I'm very confident in who I am and what I am now. But I'm sorry that you've had to, you're a young man, you're 22, man, and I'm sorry that you've had to have that abuse. I thought my generation was making a better world, but it turns out that we haven't made it as good as I thought we had.
Yeah, I think I'd like to qualify and would say that I hope that they're only a minority, but it's still hurtful because I think people, even if they have certain views and certain opinions about things, which they're more than entitled to have, I think there's a way of going about them and expressing them because, especially today in like social media, even like with Parliament, or even if we're talking about like just online, people don't realise how much their words hurt other people.
Yeah.
And I think that's a massive problem. If you've got nothing nice to say, just don't say it.
I think you're right, it's a minority, but the minority shout the loudest, and so they get, I think, an undue amount of attention. Anyway, let's forget the negativity, man. Tell us something good that's happened to you today or the last couple of days. Let's celebrate good stuff in your life.
Well, I had an interview today, yesterday.
Yeah.
I felt like that went quite well, so that's a positive thing.
For a job?
For me? Yeah, for a job, yeah.
Fantastic. When do you find out about it?
Within the next week.
Okay. I got my fingers crossed for you, man. I got good vibes about this job.
Thank you.
I got good vibes. Hey, listen, man, I'm gonna, I wish you the best of luck. Maybe you can let us know, maybe you can tweet me or something and let me know either way about the job, because I'll have my fingers crossed and I know the listeners will be keen to hear. I'm gonna let you go, man. Thank you for being so nice and so welcoming and only dropping one F-bomb. That has to be celebrated. So thank you so much. You've been a delight to talk to, and my listeners, I'm sure, will really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
See you later on. Take care, man. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Later on. Take care, man. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Oh. What a nice guy.
Thank you.
I liked him.
What a sweetheart.
And everyone was playing the game and sending nice messages. I didn't see any mean messages.
I'm legit shocked, Diamond. Like, we were just talking. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Oh.
Neither did I. Thank you. Thank you.
This is everyone now just sending him nice messages, wishing him luck with his job. He's got a big grin on his face.
Thank you.
We'll let him go. There you go. That worked. There's an energy. There's an energy floating around, and we've tapped into it several times today. My phone lead, me bumping into someone that I did not treat brilliantly 18 years ago and apologising. 18-month key ring to some of the phone calls you've had tonight. There's an energy. That's exactly what we needed. Last 15, 20 minutes. I love that. Thank you, man. And thank you, everybody who went in. We got 160 people at one point, which is one of the highest we've had. And everybody was sending lovely messages. Everybody played the game. Thank you. You are the best listeners, man. The best listeners. Imagine if they'd done that on Julia Hartley-Brewer's or even James Wales' show. My God. And again, he just tied it with the perfect choice. He was thinking of quitting it because he was getting so much abuse on there. Then we go in and say, hey, come on, man. Enjoyed that. Call straight to air. Last 15 minutes of the show, if you will. This is Talk Radio.
A star-crossed soapbox for sailor boys, stable girls,
I'm on the edge.
and stripper grands.
It depends who you're with and it depends on the situation.
Late night speech radio with a difference.
Thank you.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Catherine's just compared me watching my cat tear a mouse open then swallow it whole as to the time she heard her parents having sex.
It's just the way they behaved afterwards. Like it happened all the time. She was exactly the same.
You telling me your dad ripped your mother open with his teeth?
Stop it. I don't want to go into too much detail.
And then your mother swallowed him in one go.
Oh, don't. But what I'm saying is, just the shocking realisation that this is nature, right? And that also it's happened before.
Yeah. Okay, everyone's uncomfortable now. Everyone's very, very
You're uncomfortable.
Let's take calls straight to air. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Hi, Ian. It's Nick again.
Hello, Nick.
I hope you don't mind double bubble.
I don't mind double bubble for you, my friend. What you got?
Oh, thanks. I'd just like to say I did burn myself, but after that I phoned the Samaritans for half an hour, and they were very good.
Good.
And
well, that's great.
I'd just like to thank you and your team for helping me.
Thank you, man. Nick, you can do this, brother. I know you can do it.
Okay, well...
Get to bed, please.
I'll say good night.
Up the wooden hill to Bedfordshire.
care.
Get to bed, young man. Thank you. 03444991000. We're taking calls straight to air. Let's go to line 2. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
Hello, Ian, Kath.
Hello, line 2.
Hi.
Hello, George. Georgie
Hello.
Porgy, pudding and pie.
Just spent a nice couple of hours watching a film.
What film was it you watched?
Otway, the movie, was on London Live.
About John
Do you
Otway?
know- Yeah.
Oh, I've not seen that. I'd like to see that. Is
No,
it
it
a
was
documentary about him, or...?
Yeah, it was a film that he made a few years ago, I think, and it was really good.
Yeah, I like a bit of John Otway.
And I think he's my man to help me win my bet with you. I think
You think John Otway is going to win the Eurovision Song Contest? Okay.
No, I think there could be a chance of that.
Okay. All right.
He owes me a favour.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting times, Ian. It really is. Me trying to get myself in the newspapers and failing miserably to do so.
Yep.
No, John Otway is an inspiration, and I haven't seen him for some years now. But I do send him emails occasionally.
Does he reply?
Yeah, well, I asked him to send me a couple of £100, and he usually does.
Oh,
but
I need to email John Otway. john.otway@yahoo.co.uk, is it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
I love the way the jokes just sail right past you.
I'm just looking up what BMG, who are now working with the BBC to find the song for next year's Eurovision, and they're saying they're going to decide it. The most important thing to come up with is the best song. Yeah. As we've seen, the average hit now has 4 to 5 writers on it. It could be a new act, could be an emerging act, could be an act coming back. It's a complete blank canvas.
It's John Otway.
Okay, it's John Otway.
You better call BMG.
You heard it here. You heard it here first. An act coming back. It's John Otway. This is very exciting, George.
Yeah, well, I'll try and speak to him tomorrow.
Fantastic.
And encourage him to get involved. But I think it's a natural for him to go for.
Yeah. Surprised he hasn't done it already. I'm surprised he hasn't gone for it already, because John Otway is the master of self-promotion.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he's famous for.
No. It was, I mean, he had one hit record back in 1977.
Yeah, and 42 years later, some people are still talking about John Otway. He's brilliant. It's not an insult. He's brilliant at self-publicity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, he was going to do a world tour.
Yeah.
And I got
you
involved.
bankrolled it, didn't you?
I wrote out a cheque for 50 grand and lost it a couple of weeks later.
There we go. Yeah. That's great. That's why he sends you 200 quid every now and then, because he owes you 50 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And but the 50 grand would have gone anyway, so it's,
exactly.
I'm happy to get a couple of £100.
All my money's going to go at some point, so I'm going to burn it this weekend. Because it's going to go at some point, so I might as well just get rid of it now, then I haven't got the anxiety.
I'll look after it for you if you like.
No, I'm going to burn it.
Well, in the future there'll be no money to burn, because it'll all be electronic currency.
Well, yeah.
So you can't burn an electronic currency.
No, but you can press delete. Anything else, George?
No.
Thank you very much indeed. I like it when it's like that. I like it like... Who sang that? I like it like that. I like it like that. Bum 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 do do do. Who sang that?
I like it like that. That one?
Yeah, no, I like it. The one I was singing.
I don't know about that.
Well, which one are you singing?
The Latino one?
Yes. I like it like that. I like it like that. I like it like that.
Pete Rodriguez.
Pete Rodriguez?
Mm-hmm. Is it this? Hang on, let me see if I can play it without as an advert. I knew there'll be an advert, which is why I didn't put it up. Congratulations to me.
Mum's worked out how to log into Facebook, kids. Yeah, it's that. Hang on, turn it off. Let's do it on here. Who is that?
Pete Rodriguez, I like it like that. A mí me gusta así.
There we go. We're going to do it properly. I like it like that. Go for this one.
Wow, I'm feeling good, man. Let me say this now. Here and now, let's get this straight. Boogaloo, baby, I made it great. Because I gave it the Latin beat. You know, child, I'm kind of hard to beat. Just a minute.
salsa properly.
I love the ways I'm taking your headphones off and turning them up so we can hear them. You're pointing at the mic going, yeah, I know the mic's on, let's dance. Let's go to line 1. Good evening, line 1, you're on the wireless. Is this Paul Simon?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh, that song.
Call straight to air, 0344 499 1000. Good evening, line 2, you're on the wireless.
What do you think it is? What is that music even? Marcus and me are here, Ian.
And
me and Marcus. Marcus is a beautiful voice. Hello, Ian. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you drunk guys?
I'm okay. Rory's not very well.
I was going to say Rory's not very well. But by not very well, do you mean he's drunk?
Rory drunk.
Well, he's in some sort of state anyway.
Marcus, because I didn't plug it on the air, and I do apologise. Catherine and I did a podcast with Marcus when we went to Belfast.
Mm-hmm.
Give people the name of the podcast so they can go and listen to it.
It's the Instant Feedback Podcast.
It's the incest what?
No, instant feedback. Not
Instant. I couldn't hear what he said.
My God.
The Instant Feedback Podcast. Thank you, guys. We're having trouble getting part 1 of the rabbit hole from Belfast uploaded because it's recorded in a very peculiar way.
I have faith.
I will do it.
Instant feedback. Don't look up incest feedback, for God's sake.
Feedback on that is very negative. No more than 2.5 stars. Line 1, you're on. Oh dear. Lost the line. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
You're friends with the fancy persuasion. Don't admit.
My songs are better. Oh, I jumped. Sorry, I missed it. Let's go to line 2. 2, you're on the wireless.
Have your bum, Ian. Have your bum, calf.
Oh!
You wish.
Oh! You're looking good. 0344 499 1000. We'll take calls straight to air, guys. Otherwise, we'll just listen to Peter Rodriguez.
Like this, see? You ready now?
He only likes it, doesn't love it. He likes it.
He likes it like that.
They're having fun on the cover. I've never seen him. I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't him. 0344 499 1000. Literally the dying seconds of my career.
I'm robbing my ribs. I'm robbing my ribs. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There we go. We'll take one more call. What's on his show? Line 2, you're on the wireless.
What is love?
Daryl's here. Daryl, what is on your show tonight, please?
I feel so privileged to have witnessed the end. How good is that?
The end, yes.
What an honour. What a privilege to be here as it all comes burning down. All the way after 1 o'clock this morning, we're going to get into some news and stuff. We're going to talk to a woman who has kind of like dedicated her life to trying to get us to Mars. So that's interesting. They've developed some like new food thing to help us get over there, and they've discovered a new moth that is 5 inches in wingspan. 5 inches.
Is it that they've got to eat macaroni cheese on
macaroni
Mars?
cheese
It's
thing.
macaroni cheese,
It's the macaroni
isn't it?
cheese thing.
I love macaroni, but I won't call it mac and cheese. I will call it macaroni cheese. That's coming up next. We're back to 9:10. This is Talk Radio.
Late night conversation worth losing sleep over. The Late Night Alternative with Ian Lee on Talk Radio.